It's time to remember that. With Kyle Sandel.
Presented by Matt Larson, Farm Bureau agent, located downtown Midland. So last night in the Colts-Ravens preseason game, all of us football sickos that were tuned in saw that Anthony Richardson got injured on just the second drive for the Colts. And man, this is so brutal for them because, one, they really don't know who's going to start at quarterback this year. You obviously would think it's going to be the former 4th overall pick who's only headed into year 3 this season. But he's got a lot to prove, and Daniel Jones, as bad as he has been in New York over the years, I mean, he's still one of the better backups in the league if he does end up being a backup. So this was an important game for Anthony Richardson, and it almost just goes to show why I respect the Lions' approach in preseason. I know it's super easy to look at this and be like, why did they have Anthony Richardson out there starting? He's injury prone. He could be their starting quarterback week 1. What's the point in setting him out there? I understand that it's easy to say that afterwards. But at the end of the day, the Lions and Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, they've taken this approach since they've been here. Why play the starters in preseason? I get maybe wanting to get the rookies out there for a little bit and guys that are trying to make roster spots and everything. But really, what is the true benefit of a team sending out their starters in the preseason? When there's all this risk in, you see Rashawn Slater go down for the Chargers in training camp, and it's just, think if these injuries go down, it can just change an entire season in a second. As badly as I want to see Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, etc., I'm cool with the Lions playing it slow in preseason. Remember that. Presented by Matt Larson, Farm Bureau agent, located downtown Midland.
A beautiful yard increases both the value of your home and the quality of your life. Commercially, landscaping creates a positive impression of your professionalism and commitment to community, customers, and employees. Cervinsky Sod has been creating and maintaining outdoor spaces for 56 years. Whether your project is residential or commercial, the team at Cervinsky Sod Services will work with you to build and meet budgets and finish the job with top quality and in a timely manner. To get a quote, call 989-835-4810 or visit CervinskySodService.com.
Midland, are you ready? The Gus Macker 3-on-3 basketball tournament is back, and it all kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. with the Heroes Tournament. Come cheer on local legends, law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, and veterans as they battle it out for bragging rights on the blacktop. Then, the real madness begins August 9th and 10th with the official Gus Macker Tournament. Teams, thrills, and buckets all weekend long. Bring the family, grab some food, and feel the energy downtown Midland. Details at gusmacker.com. Don't miss it.
This is more than just a lineup. It's a daily ritual for the die-hard Michigan sports fans. At 6 a.m., Anthony Bellino wakes up the state with Spin on Sports.
I do not believe it.
At 9, the Ben Bosscher Show is appointment listening hosted here in the Great Lakes Bay region.
I would like to buy some Casey Mine stock.
America's Best takes over at noon. The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Well, what about Patrick Mahomes?
And at 3, Bill Simonson brings it home on The Huge Show. Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt for the most passionate fans in Michigan. From the Blazy Electric Studios, this is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. WLUN, Pinconning Bay City, Saginaw, Midland. Michigan sports aren't just a game. They're a way of life. And now we've got a show dedicated to die-hard sports fans like you. Hosted by a guy who's borderline obsessed with the wins and losses of all your favorite teams.
He's crazy.
Every weekday morning from 9 to noon, Ben Bosscher brings you the talk that matters. The teams, the stories, and the players you care about most. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair.
Remember that. Hello. Happy Friday. Welcome in to the Ben Bosscher Show right here on 100.9 The Mitt. Hey, it's a Skubal bump day. The Detroit Lions play football today. Woo-hoo. Can't ask for a better Friday than that here in August. Hope everyone's getting a good start to their weekends. Thanks for spending your time with us. Hopefully you can enjoy the next 3 hours right here on 100.9 The Mitt. Subscribe if you haven't already on YouTube. Facebook as well. We're live there. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You're probably getting a pretty groggy version of me today. I don't really know how this one's going to go. We're fresh off 200 milligrams of caffeine to make up for it. But it was a late one for your guy because, Madden came out last night. And I didn't even realize until I got home. And I had to, do some ass whoopings with the Lions, right?
Wow.
You have to.
I didn't even know Madden came out last night.
I know.
News to me.
I didn't either. I got home and was informed, and I was like, all right, one game. You know, you jump on, play with the Lions, Jared Goff dicing everybody up, you're dissecting the pocket, and one game turns into two, and before you know it, it's 1:30 in the morning, and it's like, you probably need to go to bed right now since you need to be up in 5 hours. So I'm getting a little bit of a groggy Ben today, and I think maybe that ends up being a little bit better of a show. Who knows? Also, real quick, before we jump into the Detroit Lions, I also just want to put a quick little note out because football, it felt like it was back yesterday. I know we had the Hall of Fame game, but yesterday with multiple games being on, it really did feel like, hey, NFL season truly is right around the corner. And unfortunately for the Colts fans, their season is over before it even started. Any little glimmer of hope that this franchise had, that the guy they drafted 4th overall a couple of years ago has any sort of life left in his career, takes all but 5 minutes for him to get hurt once again. Doesn't look all that great in the preseason game. Anthony Richardson dislocated pinky. Season's over before it even starts. They're forced into a spot where Daniel Jones is now.
What, is he out for the year or something?
I don't think he's out for the year, but it's just that's the worst way to start a season. You throw your quarterback out there who no one really believes, but you're just crossing your fingers like, please God, let that 1% chance that this guy can actually figure it out. Let it work out. And then he dislocates his finger. The guy who can't stay healthy gets hurt within 6 minutes of the game starting.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Very brutal.
Just brutal. Hopefully everyone can stay healthy for the Lions tonight. And actually, I'm going to make the argument right now that it's very important to play 2 of the Lions starters. And that would be the 2 rookies, Tate Ratledge, Tyleik Williams. Those 2 are in a very unique position because typically the Lions starters aren't playing in these preseason games, and especially with all the injuries that the Lions dealt with mostly on defense, but really just all around last year, it's not really worth putting the starters in jeopardy, putting their health in jeopardy. And these 2 rookies have found themselves in a position to where they are going to be starting this season. One on the offensive line, one on the defensive line. I don't think that was necessarily the plan when they drafted either, at least with Ratledge. But then Ragnow retires, and he's kind of just slid right in. He's not 1-for-1 replacing him because he's playing guard now rather than center like they initially thought. But for all intents and purposes, he's replacing a guy who was, in fact, a future Hall of Famer, a Pro Bowl caliber guy. And Tyleik Williams is doing the same thing on the defensive side of the ball. Ali McNeil was having a Pro Bowl caliber season. 45 pressures led the team, 4 sacks in 14 games. I mean, the Lions gave him almost $100 million contract extension. That's how they valued him. And now they're having a rookie replace him. This is a very unique situation. But I also think that these 2, and really this Lions class in general, but it's headlined by these 2, it is the most important Brad Holmes draft class to date in terms of what the expectation is and what they need to do, not what would be nice, what they need to do from week 1 on. Because the Lions need these guys to contribute. There is an expectation to win a Super Bowl this season. I don't think it's Super Bowl or bust. We've kind of went over this. The Lions have a good enough organization and a good enough culture, good enough GM, and a good enough coach to where I think they're going to have sustained success for a long time here. But this is the last year with all the guys that you love together. We've already started seeing the cracks with the Alex Anzalone contract situation. And that's only the beginning, because I promise you that's going to spread. Who are they paying? JMO, Brian Branch, Laporta, Gibbs, Hutch. Odds are it can't be all 5. So eventually you're going to start to see this team break up, which means they need to deliver this year. This is going to be the best chance that the Lions have, if the best chance hasn't already happened the past 2 seasons. So these rookies need to be ready to go right away. And in the case of Tate Ratledge, the 2nd-round pick, replacing Frank Ragnow, again, not 1-for-1 because he's not going to be playing center anymore, but replacing a Hall of Fame caliber player on the offensive line, the expectation there, at least internally, is they're still going to be one of the best offensive lines, if not the best offensive line in football. They're not all of a sudden going to start game planning and scheming differently to work around their weakness. No, they're going to determine that this offensive line is how they win football games. That's the way they've done it for 4 years. It's the way they're going to keep doing it. And the expectation is Tate Ratledge plays up to the standard. On the defensive side of the ball, they've been a top 5 unit against the run for 2 consecutive seasons. Even dating back to when they were just a bad football team in general, when Dan Campbell took over, this team prided itself on the ability to stop the run. Tyleik Williams, like I said, replaced a Pro Bowl caliber season in Aleem McNeil. He's coming back around Thanksgiving, week 10, week 9. We don't really have an idea, but it's going to be a little bit. And Tyleik Williams, out of necessity, is slid right into the starting lineup. They need both of these players to perform upon arrival. It's different when you had the 7th overall Penei Sewell. You didn't need him to perform. You knew you were going to be bad that year. Same with Hutchinson. It really wasn't until last season, or maybe 2 years ago, where you're really in need of these guys to deliver. I'm not saying that this is the best draft class that Brad Holmes has had. That probably goes to the Jack Campbell, Brian Branch, Sam Laporta draft class, and Jahmyr Gibbs in there as well. That's the best one. But in terms of what they need from their rookies upon arrival, week 1 to week 18, you can't be a hole in the lineup. This, to me, is the most important Brad Holmes draft class to date between these two guys, headlined by Tate Ratledge and Tyleik Williams. So, Ben, why on earth would you play them if it means that they could get hurt? Well, I don't want week 1 to roll around and these guys have no idea what an NFL game day routine is like. So, at the very minimum, let these guys suit up, let them go through a game day routine, and let them experience what a game day is like. And then if by the time that you get to the game and the coin toss is happening and you don't want to throw them out there, so be it. I would make the argument, let them play 1 drive each. Whether that's 3 plays, 10 plays, whatever it ends up being. Just let them sniff NFL experience. Because nothing's going to prepare them for week 1 in Lambeau, no matter how much they play today. But you don't want their very first NFL experience and game day experience in general to be that week 1. Let them sniff some action. Let them go through the daily process and what it's like to be in an NFL game day, to have those sort of expectations. That way they're not caught off guard at all week 1. It's the most important Brad Holmes draft class to date. Let them get just a wee bit of experience tonight and pull them out of the lineup so they don't get hurt. Kyle, I am in favor of both of these guys getting 1 drive tonight for a lot of different reasons. I think I laid them all out there, but I want to hear from you guys as well. 989-837-6125. Do you believe that the rookies should be playing tonight in the preseason game against Atlanta? 7 o'clock. Cannot wait. Hendon Hooker getting the start tonight, by the way. I know he wasn't fantastic in his first game against the Chargers in the Hall of Fame game, but let's not forget, they purposely made him that 3rd string. He's playing with the 3rd string offense. So now that Hendon Hooker's back with the 2nd stringers, I think we actually get a true evaluation of him. At this point, I'd be pretty shocked if he wasn't the backup quarterback, but a bad performance today, I think, opens the door for Kyle Allen to take that spot. Either way, I think it's one of the more overrated things talked about, or at least over-talked about things when it comes to Detroit Lions preseason conversations. Because let's face it, if Jared Goff goes down at any point this season, probably just not winning games. I was thinking about it yesterday with all the backup quarterbacks that were playing. Hendon Hooker like a top 15 backup quarterback? Probably not.
Oh, definitely not.
Neither is Kyle Allen. So what's like if you don't have one of the 3 to 4 best backup quarterbacks, what difference does it make? The answer is none. So we can drive ourselves crazy, chase our own tails, talking about this Hendon Hooker versus Kyle Allen thing. I think it's somewhat of a waste of time. So that's all the Hendon Hooker talk I think you're going to get today. Who knows? Maybe we'll circle back around. But I think the more important conversation comes with Tyleik Williams, Tate Ratledge, and I'll throw Isaac Tesla in there too, even though there's not as much pressure on him to perform upon arrival. Although Tim Patrick out with an injury in the last training camp session. Still don't really have any updates on that. So maybe he is in a little bit more serious of a role week 1. Who knows? But I think between the first two picks of this year's draft, Tate Ratledge and Tyleik Williams, I just want to get them out there just to get a little bit of experience so their week 1 matchup is not the first time they're stepping on an NFL field. Because as much as I don't like this Green Bay roster, Lambeau's still a tough place to play. Oh, wait. The Lions haven't lost there in 3 straight years. 989-837-6125. Want to hear from you guys, too. Again, 989-837-6125. That's how you get to the Mitt messages. Got a lot of stuff coming up here on this Friday. Should be a fun show here on 100.9 The Mitt. And if you're leaving town this weekend, I'm going to be here. You better be here, actually. We've got Grit Night tonight. We're giving away a signed Sam Laporta jersey, some Detroit Lions themed prizes here at Dow Diamond.
Holy crap.
But if you're coming to the game and you want to pull up fresh, want to pull up clean, gritty, get your car the glow up it deserves at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Fast, friendly, and freakishly good at cleaning. Roll in dirty, roll out sparkling. It is, in fact, that easy. High-tech wash tunnels, eco-friendly soaps, and a ride that looks showroom fresh in just a couple minutes. Sign up for their unlimited club and wash as often as you want because clean cars just drive better. Everybody knows that. No appointments, no nonsense, just quick, clean, and kind of addictive. Tommy's Express Car Wash because your car called and it is begging for this. Locations in Midland, Saginaw, and Flint. This is the Ben Bosscher Show. On a Friday, let's have some fun right here on 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Leaky gutters?
No problem.
Shabby shingles?
We got this.
Remodeling?
Yup, that too.
Call Bresky Siding and Building Repair, your roof, gutter, and remodeling experts.
Any job, anywhere. Bresky can do it all.
Call me, Derek Bresky, at Bresky Siding and Building Repair today for all your roofing and gutter needs.
Call my dad, 989-529-8167.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace Hardware and Sports in downtown Midland has some extra savings for rewards members this month. Let's clean up that yard. Save $3 instantly on select Roundup and Ortho weed killers. Save $10 on 64-ounce spruce, weed, and grass killer. You know what season it is? Grilling season. Free assembly and delivery on grills, $399 and up from brands like Weber and Traeger. Need that deck touched up? Do it and save $10 instantly on a gallon of Cabot exterior stain.
A beautiful yard increases both the value of your home and the quality of your life. Commercially, landscaping creates a positive impression of your professionalism and commitment to community, customers, and employees. Cervinsky Sod has been creating and maintaining outdoor spaces for 56 years. Whether your project is residential or commercial, the team at Cervinsky Sod Services will work with you to build and meet budgets and finish the job with top quality and in a timely manner. To get a quote, call 989-835-4810 or visit CervinskySodService.com.
Greater Midland is bringing the heat this summer. Hit the pavement for Run the River on August 1st, Midland's scenic summer run along the Tridge. Then, cheer on the hometown heroes at the Loons Pennant Race Night, August 8th at Dow Diamond. Rally your crew July 11th through 13th for the sizzling Pig and Pit Pickleball Tournament at the Tennis Center. And don't miss the pros at the APP Great Lakes Open, August 13th through 17th. World-class pickleball right here in Midland. Get in the game at greatermidland.org, where summer plays big.
Follow the Yellow Brick Road to Dow Diamond on Saturday, August 9th for Wonderful Wizard of Oz Night. There's no place like home as the Great Lakes Loons host the Lansing Lugnuts. After the game, defy gravity with a fireworks Loontacular presented by Farm Bureau Insurance. Grab your tickets now at loons.com and get ready for a night that's truly over the rainbow. This isn't just baseball. This is the Great Lakes Loons, everyone's hometown team. From the hometown heroes to the college legends to the pros on Sunday, 100.9 The Mitt is your home for wall-to-wall play-by-play coverage. High school football, basketball, and hockey.
Region champions for the first time in school history.
Michigan State football and basketball.
Touchdown, MSU!
The NFL, Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night primetime games. And don't think we forgot about your hometown team. The Great Lakes Loons.
That ball's over and out of here.
100.9 The Mitt. Scrolling? Make it count. Want local sports content that actually matters?
Yeah.
100.9 The Mitt is loaded with local highlights, viral plays, breaking sports news, and takes you can't get enough of.
It's hot!
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube today. and you'll never be out of the loop on the Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, Michigan, Michigan State, and even the biggest stories in high school sports in the Great Lakes Bay region. 100.9 The Myth, Mid-Michigan's sports leader.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Myth.
Happy Friday. Lions play today. Tarek Skubal's on the bump. Good day to be alive if you're a fan of the good old teams down in Detroit. I think the rookies should play today, Kyle. Obviously, Tesla is going to get some run. Hassanin's going to get some run, that 6th-round edge. Made some nice plays in their Hall of Fame game against the Chargers. But the two big ones, the first two picks, Tyleik Williams and Tate Ratledge. By the way, side note, Tyleik Williams, probably the least talked about first-round pick that the Lions have had in the Brad Holmes era, right? It feels like no one's writing stories about this guy.
I mean, he's
just
also
there.
the latest first-round pick of the Brad Holmes era, at least the first-round pick he's had, you know?
I know, but I still want to, read all this stuff about him. And if, we had Jeremy on last week from PrideOfDetroit.com, and he was just yeah, I mean, he's just kind of soft-spoken, quiet guy, leads by example. Not a whole lot to say about him other than he's been impressive at camp. It's all right, sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I just feel like here's how I feel about them playing tonight. You make good points about why they should get in there. Obviously, as starters, you'd like for them to get a little bit of real game experience. I know that the Lions continue to talk about how they are getting game experience at practice and everything, but like you said, actually getting out there on the field in a real game, that is the true game experience.
I think it's mostly just the game day routine for me rather than actually getting out onto the field. Right. I want them to just know what it's like from the time they wake up until the time they take the field, of what the warm-ups are like and what it's like going into the stadium. Just have done that before week one.
But even you do it tonight, you're playing on a Friday night, you're never going to do that in a real game. You usually play at 1 on Sundays. It is different, but I just feel like this is easy to say now, but you see what happens last night in the Colts game, and you're like, what is the point of playing starters? This is why you don't play the starters. It's easy to say, hindsight, 2020, Anthony Richardson gets hurt. Why was he playing in preseason if he plans to be their starting quarterback? I understand. It's easy to say that now. But this is why the Lions don't do it, right? I mean, they haven't done it in the Brad Holmes era. They just don't play the starters. And I think it's more about getting the guys that are looking to make a roster spot some run. Like I said, you make good points. I get it. But those guys aren't in jeopardy to lose their jobs. I think that's what the preseason is for, the guys that are really trying to impress and make roster spots so that if guys do get injured, we have seen these other guys play in preseason, and we know what maybe they can do.
The ironic part is both position groups, very thin.
Yeah.
If you are to lose a Tate Ratledge and you are to lose a Tyleik Williams, all of a sudden, it's not only hey, it's a question mark at this spot. It's a borderline liability. And we all know with Jared Goff, you have to protect him at all costs. I like Goff. I do. I think he's around the 10th best quarterback in the NFL, give or take a spot. What's inarguable is he's either the 30th, 31st, or 32nd most immobile quarterback in the NFL. He just can't move, which means you have to be able to protect him in the pocket. And with Tate Ratledge playing one of these interior spots, it's really important that week one, with the schedule that the Lions have, week one, this guy needs to be up to standards for what it takes to play on the Lions' offensive line. Tyleik Williams in somewhat of a different position, but regardless, if he gets hurt, all of a sudden it's Keith Cooper, it's some guys that you're really uncomfortable with, Chris Smith, it's these guys that you don't really know much about that are all of a sudden in a starting role. Both position groups really thin, so I understand the idea of we have to keep these guys healthy. But Dan Campbell also seems to just be on the fence about this because when he had a press conference, that would have been yesterday morning, 2 days ago. I don't remember exactly when it was. He all but said, we haven't decided yet on if we're playing the two rookies. We don't know because there is value in playing them and letting them suit up and get a little bit of experience, but we also can't afford an injury to these guys for a handful of different reasons on both sides of the ball here. Because if Tate Ratledge were to go down, all of a sudden, like, that's horrifying. Then all of a sudden you have a black hole in the offensive line. What was your biggest strength now becomes, I don't want to call it a liability without seeing it yet. But
it's like one of the worst position groups on the team, probably, at least on paper.
There's just no depth.
Yeah, right.
And no offensive line in the NFL has depth pieces to it. And you can argue, hey, Dan Skipper's around. That's a nice piece. But the depth even from
a lot of teams have depth from 1 through 5, just through their starting lineup of the offensive linemen. The Lions would not at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because, the backups here they're not good. Nobody has great offensive line backups. And I know everyone loves Dan Skipper, but he's a liability when he's out there.
But I would argue last year the
day.
Lions' offensive line was deep because every guy that was out there you trusted. And then they had a Dan Skipper that was pretty reliable. Like that, to me, that's depth at the offensive line of just the entire unit you can account for.
Dan Skipper out today. Taylor Decker's still out, obviously, which means we're getting Giovanni Manu action, which means I get to sit here and just be angry during the Lions game tonight.
Going up against those Falcons rookies potentially, too.
If they end up, oh my God.
Those guys play.
Those guys are going to torch Giovanni Manu, and I'm going to sit there and be like, why did they draft this guy? Because every report from Giovanni Manu from camp is like, yeah, he's still struggling and learning. It's like, why'd they draft him? I'll never get it. I'll never understand the draft pick. It's by far the worst decision. I don't know about the worst decision, but it's the worst Brad Holmes draft pick, right? What else would be in contention? The Broderick Martin deal,
Martin, I was
who's
just gonna say.
Definitely going to be cut. He was 97th overall.
At least Manu's still on the roster, you know?
This is Martin's third year, so he made it around 2 years. I would be floored if this guy ended up making the roster. Manu obviously has a little bit of a longer leash, but like, what's the route for him to play this season? 2 guys get hurt, and then all of a sudden he's the worst piece on a good team's offensive line?
Right.
I'll never understand it, man. I'll never understand it. I am excited to see Tesla. He will play tonight.
Yes.
And he, I think, was like the MVP in terms of popping off the screen in that first preseason game. Before he even caught a ball, he goes and lines up. It's like, gee, look at how big he is. And, you know, we can all know that he's 6'4", 215, or look it up. But, like, once he's actually on your TV, he stands out over everybody. And then he has the 2 catches, and it's like, whoa. Would like to see this guy a little bit more.
And I feel like even post that first game, the Hall of Fame game, we've gotten more Tesla hype with the Tim Patrick stuff coming with it. But I feel like ever since that game, it's just been kind of ramping up even more, almost like he's due to have a huge game. And like you said, I mean, you can potentially throw him into that group of your like most important Lions rookie class. Not saying that he is going to have the role that those other 2 guys are, obviously, but just saying there's a chance that he does end up playing a ton, maybe more than we thought.
He's like a wild card.
Yeah.
Like, if he doesn't play at all this season, it probably doesn't hurt the team, but there also is a couple different scenarios where he ends up carving out a pretty good role for himself by week 18, depending on how healthy Tim Patrick can stay, which,
you
know, you don't predict injuries. We don't do that.
No, I mean, that's just dumb.
But, you know, you got to be prepared for a guy who's 31 and has a career full of injuries.
For sure.
Like, that's just preparation and being in a position where you know your personnel. I think that's part of the reason they took Tesla. I also think part of the reason they took Tesla is because they kind of see the writing on the wall with all of these receivers, and they're just prepared for what happens if we can't re-sign Jameson Williams.
Yeah, that's a conversation I'm not really looking to have, though.
I don't really want to have it right now either.
Definitely.
It's a Friday. I'm in a good mood.
But to your point of like the Dan Campbell saying we don't really know if the rookies are playing yet, to me, that feels like they're not. I think if they were playing, he would say, right? I mean, maybe they truly haven't made up their mind. But if they were playing, he would say, yeah, they're playing. We're excited to see them out there. And if they weren't playing, I don't think he would just come and be like, no, they ain't playing.
If they're not going to play today, at least don't even tell them that until it's time to come off the field and they're doing the anthem. Like, I really do think there's value in letting them go through a game day routine, going through warm-ups, doing their stretches, and doing everything that you would do on a normal game day. And then right before the game, just tell them, hey, you guys aren't playing today. At halftime, you can take all the pads off. But you're sitting on the sideline with your pads and helmet for now.
I agree that it's smart for them to go through everything, but I also just don't disagree with the Lions' philosophy of preseason either. Like, I totally understand the way that they kind of operate during preseason.
Look, man, it's a preseason game. If they end up not playing, I'm not going to sit here and pound my fist and be angry about it. I'm just saying.
Fire Brad Holmes.
Fire Brad. I'm just saying, I think I see some value in
for sure
in playing these guys. Because, again, these guys need to be good right away. I think it's the most important Brad Holmes draft class that has existed in terms of what the expectation is upon arrival. Because if either of these guys are bad, what does it mean for Dan Campbell?
So, like, you think it's even more important, though? I know you said, like, obviously it's not the best because the best is that class, the 23 class.
Right.
But I feel like the 23 class still is probably more important, right? I mean, you had 4 picks in the first 2 rounds, and all of those guys were going to be starters. We knew it the second they got drafted.
Yeah.
So, like,
but there also wasn't
and it was the turn of the tide of the Lions, you know? Like, hey, this is when we're really going to try to start to turn things around.
I think it was the most impactful, but if there also wasn't a Super Bowl expectation, at least preseason. Maybe there was internally, but, like, it wasn't a Super Bowl or bust year. And again, I don't think it is this year, but there is hey, man, strike 1 was 23, strike 2 was 24.
Yeah,
like,
the most pressure.
Let's get this done.
This is the most pressure that the Lions have been under this season in this Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell era, for sure.
And if Tate Ratledge isn't up to par with the rest of the offensive line, what does that mean for Jared Goff? What does that mean for Johnny Morton? Like, there's a lot of pressure on everyone involved. Dan Campbell even. He goes with 2 internal hires, right? So now all of a sudden there's, like, if the offense takes a step back, not only does that go on Johnny Morton, not only does that go on Tate Ratledge, but, like, you can go all the way up the chain of Dan Campbell. All these internal hires. Same thing with the Tyleik Williams situation. Can Calvin Shepard, you know, if Tyleik Williams isn't up to standard and the run defense isn't as good as it was, which odds are it probably won't be because Aleem McNeil's awesome, even if Tyleik Williams is really good. What does that mean for Calvin Shepard? How are we talking about him? And then it goes right back to Dan Campbell. Why'd you hire an like? There's just dominoes. I'm not predicting any of that stuff to happen. I'm just trying to predict what those dominoes are if the rookies don't play as well as we think they are going to. Now, there's another world where both guys come out and just dominate. That's the world we're all hoping for. We're all on the same page. Let's be clear. We all want the same things. But we have to be calculated with it, and we have to at least be open to different things happening. I just want to see them on the field once today. Maybe that's just me being selfish and want to get a peek at them. Who knows? 989-837-6125. How about we hit the news when we come back? It's the Ben Bosscher Show on 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
The Great Lakes offense came to play last night as they bounce back and pick up their first win of the series with Lansing, 7-6. Logan Wagner had a solo shot, and then Jake Geloff had a 3-ribby double in what was a 6-run 5th inning for Great Lakes.
1-0. Swings here in the air to right center. Looks like trouble and will be. Rolling to the fence. Petrano at third. It's a bases clearing 3-ribby 2-bagger for Jake Geloff. 106 off the bat. 7-3. Great Lakes.
The Loons are now 56-47 overall and 22-16 in the second half, trailing Lake County by just a half game for that final playoff spot in the East Division. We got a grit night tonight at Dow Diamond. First pitch at 7:05, pregame at 6:50 on the Mitt.
I'm Sarah Stockford, host of 100.9 The Mitt Success Suite, a podcast highlighting the most inspiring female leaders across the Great Lakes Bay region. This month, we spoke with Allie Huntoon, the director and founder of Allied HR Solutions and Allied Group Fitness.
Lean on people I trust to help me get through things too. If I know that I'm overwhelmed or I need support with something, you know, I usually try to reach out. Sometimes I'm still trying to do things all myself, and that's a learning curve too. Delegation is your friend. I'm learning that.
So something I definitely do.
So I think it's leaning on your team. I think it's putting things into perspective. You know, even though HR is very important and we have things all the time that come up with terminations or discrimination or harassment.
Listen to the full interview with Allie on YouTube on 100.9 The Mitt. Subscribe and hit the notification button to be alerted when new episodes drop. That's Success Suite with Sarah Stockford.
It's the Scholar Athlete of the Month, proudly presented by Fisher Companies here on Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. This month's recipient is Scarlett Mason from Standish Sterling High School. With a 4.3 GPA, Scarlett's a member of the track and field team and a state champion in swimming. Scarlett, a member of the National Honor Society, and PALS, a student support group.
We get qualified, and then we are someone that if a student is uncomfortable talking to an adult, they can come talk to us about what's going on at home or whatever they're struggling with. The biggest thing was it raised mental health awareness, and I think that's huge in high school.
Scarlett will be attending and swimming at Wayne State in the fall. To hear the full interview and nominate a local athlete for our scholarship program, visit 1009themit.com.
I'm here with Matt Smith with Modern Realty. All right, Matt, forecast 2025 for us.
Well, in 2025, I believe you're going to see a much more balanced market. We've been in a seller's market for a number of years. We're still not busting at the seams with inventory, but we are seeing the market start to balance out a little bit. That means it's still a really good time to get great value out of your home. But for the buyers out there, it also means that your path to home ownership should be a little bit easier.
Transform your outdoor space with Maple Hill Nursery. Whether you're a gardening enthusiast or just looking to relax in style, they have everything you need. From premium polywood furniture that never needs painting to top quality plants and trees, Maple Hill Nursery has it all. Plus, they offer free setup and delivery on in-stock barbecue grills. Visit them today just north of Midland Mall or check out their website for pro tips and expert advice. Maple Hill Nursery, making your yard the place to be.
You want sports takes? You want local voices that own the mic?
Yeah.
We've got them on Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. It kicks off at 6 a.m. with Anthony Bellino on Spin on Sports.
Rise and shine.
From 9 to noon, don't miss Michigan's newest sports show, The Ben Bosscher Show.
Hey, remember that.
At noon, you get America's smartest sports takes, The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
I want Shador to play.
And at 3, the one and only Bill Simonson and The Huge Show. This is where real fans stay locked in. 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
(989-837-6125). Welcome back in. It's a Friday here on 100.9 The Mitt. Hope everyone's coming to the Loons game tonight because we're giving away. Well, not giving away. Well, I guess we kind of are giving away. Yeah, we're definitely giving away. I don't know why I said that. A signed Sam Laporta jersey along with a couple different prizes here for Grit Night. So wear all your Lions gear, your Tigers gear.
What are you pulling up in?
That's a surprise.
What?
It's a surprise. Although I will say.
Wait, so do we wear Lions gear or Tigers gear? Because I'm confused now. Because Grit Night would mean Lions. Gritty Night would mean Tigers. So to me, it means Lions.
Yeah, I'd say wear your Lions gear then.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what I'm wearing tonight. I've got a nice little T-shirt planned out. But I will say, I'll raise my hand. I'll admit, I do not own a Lions jersey right now. Well, actually, I take that back. I got one with my last name on it. I was debating wearing that, but it's also supposed to be kind of warm. So maybe
you got the Bosscher Lions jersey?
Oh, it's from like when I was in elementary school. My parents got me
number,
one.
Though?
44.
Is that your number?
When I was like 10.
So it's like a Malcolm Rodriguez knockoff, essentially?
This is like the old jersey. I got this in elementary school, and my parents specifically got it for me.
Days, yeah.
They specifically got it like huge, like an adult size. So like it was a dress on me when I was little, but they were like, yeah, you'll just keep this forever.
So does it like fit you now, or is it still too small?
No, it fits me fine now.
Oh, nice.
But I don't own any other ones because the lone Aiden Hutchinson jersey that I had somehow got lost when I moved to Midland, along with my Cade Cunningham jersey, and I haven't replaced either of them. So as I was explaining to that story to Kyle this morning, I was like, I wonder how much jerseys are going for. And somehow, some way, I accidentally stumbled upon.
Yeah, wait, what?
Somehow I stumbled upon a black Penei Sewell jersey, and it ended up in my shopping cart on NFL.com, and I don't know how, but
you spilled something on your computer, and all of a sudden the buttons got pressed.
Yeah, and it typed in my address, and I was like, how did this happen?
Card number.
All right, fine. So yeah, there's a Penei Sewell jersey en route, but
it's a good one to get.
Today I'm pulling up in I think just a T-shirt, and I think you'll like it.
Cool, I'm excited.
But anyway, Grit Night tonight. Come to Dow Diamond. A couple cool prizes on the table. With that being said, let's hit the news.
The Mitt's Morning Catch.
All right, let's hop into the news, Ben. We got a ton to get to today.
Oh.
Starting off, we had some football last night. Let's go through, who won and who did good, right? Might as well. So obviously we mentioned it a little bit, but Anthony Richardson dislocates his pinky finger. Sucks for him. Got absolutely blindsided on a sack. We'll see how long he's going to be out. The Colts end up losing to the Ravens 24-16. Cooper Rush got the start for the Ravens. And we got to see a little bit of Riley Leonard as well for the Colts, Notre Dame's quarterback from last year.
Yeah, lock of the day yesterday, of course, did not hit. Looking back, why did we not just bet the Ravens spread? They were 5.5-point dogs. They're the best preseason team ever with John Harbaugh. I feel very stupid.
Who is we? That's all I'm gonna say in that.
Me, Kyle, me.
Yes, of course. Okay, the other two games. Eagles-Bengals. Eagles got the win over the Bengals despite the starters trotting out there for the first couple drives for Cincinnati. Joe Burrow goes 9 of 10, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jamar Chase scored one of them, 4 for 77. Still lost, though, to the backups of Philly.
This is, you know that clip of, I don't know what LeBron's doing. He's at a camp or something, and he's playing against a bunch of fifth graders and dunking on them.
Yeah, and it's like this was LeBron in middle school.
That's like the Bengals rolling out Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow.
But they lost.
Yeah, but they got pulled from the game. That's like the Bengals in the first half.
Right. I mean, they did good, too. Yeah, I mean, like Chase Brown was out there. Like, their whole starters were all playing. But the Eagles won. All right, and then the last game last night, Raiders-Seahawks. We had a tie in preseason. I don't think they play overtime. I think they just kind of call it at the end of regulation when it's 23-all.
Imagine.
The Raiders did have their starters out there just for the first drive. Ashton Genty, big game. 3 carries, -1 yards.
Yeah, if you drafted him in fantasy, sell him.
Yeah, do not.
Trade him.
I'd trade him right now. I wouldn't. And if you're in a redraft, let him fall to maybe the late second round.
Yeah, he's bad.
Because that's where I'm at.
Everybody knows. You know exactly what you get. Like, what you get from your preseason game 1 running back performance. That's what they're doing the rest of the season. Everybody knows that.
On the flip side, though, for Seattle, we got to see a little bit of Jalen Milroe after he came in for Drew Lock. Milroe goes 6 of 10, 61 yards, 40 rush yards as well. Excited to see a little bit of Jalen Milroe pop off.
He kind of looked like a better version, or like what the Colts fans had been hoping for with Anthony Richardson.
I mean, Richardson is also just like a much larger human than Jalen Milroe is.
Who is a better runner of the football in college, though?
Yeah, Milroe, for sure. Even though Milroe was so weird to bet on in college because, like...
He was a bad quarterback?
He got sacked a ton, and in college, the quarterback rushing yards are counted with the sacks. So Milroe would either end with 80 rushing yards or, like, -40.
If I could change one rule in college football... Actually, that's not true because I would change the system and structure. That's a different rule this year?
I don't know if it's this year, but I remember that being, like, a proposal of them changing that rule.
It's just a bad stat. It's just a bad stat.
Right, because not every sack is on the quarterback, obviously. So
yeah.
And then tonight we have 3 games. I already mentioned it. Lions-Falcons. That's going to be a fun one. Lions looking for their first preseason win. Browns-Panthers also playing at 7. That game is on NFL Network, which is actually kind of works out for Lions fans because Lions-Falcons will be on local TV and Jason Benetti will be calling it. And then at 7:30, Commanders versus Patriots. But the Browns game, obviously, Shedeur Sanders starting against the Panthers. So that's why that game is on NFL Network.
Must-see TV.
It is must-see TV. We also have must-see TV tonight with Tarek Skubal on the bump. Tigers are back from their day off yesterday. They're taking on the L.A. Angels, the Anaheim Angels, you could say. Tarek Skubal v. Kyle Hendricks. Kyle Hendricks, by the way, pitched against the Tigers earlier in May, and he's not having a good year by any means. He's really old. He can't throw a fastball faster than 90 miles an hour. But he went 7 2/3, giving up just 1 run, 4 hits, and beat the Tigers back in May. So, got to get the revenge against the slow-throwing Kyle Hendricks today.
Desperate need of a win. Desperate need.
I would say so. Hopefully, Skubal can have a big-time game as well. I don't know if you saw this, or NFL fans. I know you saw it, Ben. Sad news in the NFL. Chargers left tackle Rashawn Slater out for the season after tearing his patella tendon. He just signed a 4-year, $114 million extension with Los Angeles a week and a half ago. Highest paid tackle contract in NFL history. Just like that, he's out for the season.
Is there a more cursed NFL franchise than the Chargers? And I know it's easy to say the Browns, but like that's self-inflicted wounds by ownership. They just continuously do stupid things, so I don't think they're necessarily cursed. They're just incompetent. The Chargers do feel like one of these teams. It's like good things just don't happen to them, ever.
No, it's actually brutal. I mean, as soon as we had this in our fantasy chat, like imagine you lose Sewell. You know, that's how
I
that's
cry
how this
myself
would feel.
to sleep every night
Before
for the rest of the
season
season.
even starts. I mean, it would be detrimental. It was like how you felt when Hutchinson went out last year. Like, just trying to think of that memory popping back into your brain. Ugh, terrible. So I'm feeling for the Chargers fans right now. Speaking of Lions injuries out for the year, we got official word yesterday. Ennis Rakestraw put on injured reserve. He is out for the season. Man, that sucks.
It does, and unfortunately, I just kind of don't expect him to ever contribute to the Lions. And you can call that a pessimistic approach, but for you to basically go 2 years of, I don't know, he probably had like 30 snaps, and that might be generous last year. For you to go that, like 2 years without really ever making an impact,
it doesn't bode well for your career, that's for sure.
No.
Hopefully
Like the
he
Jamison Williams, the fact that he's awesome is somewhat of a miracle. But he was also someone who was going to be a top 5 pick before he got hurt.
And
so it's a
exactly.
little
We
different.
also knew he was injured coming into his rookie season, like going to be out for the season type injury. So
Rakestraw's battled injury since he was in high school, so this isn't necessarily shocking. It sucks. The second round curse continues.
yeah, really sucks. Hopefully it doesn't continue with Tate Ratledge, though. We have a couple other NFL things, but we'll save them for the later portion of the news. Let's end it, though, with this. We think we finally have put an end to this WNBA throwing stuff on the floor thing, Ben. Because there was a crypto group that says they were behind all of it. They orchestrated all these different throwing of these objects onto the court. The man behind everything says that the stunts were intentional and meant to market a crypto coin that his online community created.
Well, I also saw the Google search for green dildo is up like 3 million%. So good for all the distributing companies for them.
I guess so.
Good for all those companies as well.
Yeah, I guess it works out for them.
The more and more I think about this, like, I give up on trying to make a smart take about what's good for the league, what's not. This is like, it's just funny. I don't know what to tell you. I just think it's funny.
It is just funny. Like, it is. I mean,
I try to be respectful with the WNBA stuff because, like, I love basketball. I like watching the WNBA. The fact that Clark's been out, I think, has been a real killer. So I try to be conscious about it and talk about it in a way that's not just race and because of, like, the sexism part of it. No, this is just funny. Like, let's not make it more complicated than it is.
Completely understand why the players are just super annoyed by this. I mean, it would get very annoying after, like, the first time. Like, can we just stop doing this? But whatever.
You know what they say, any publicity is good publicity. I don't think it's over. Someone's going to try to do it again.
Maybe. We'll see.
It's funny.
That's it.
All right, 989-837-6125. Got a lot of good stuff coming up here in the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 11 o'clock hour. Really just a whole show full of some good stuff. Hey, did you guys know Skubal's still in first place in terms of odds to win that Cy Young, but someone kind of creeping up. Maybe it's important for Tarek Skubal to have another dominant outing tonight to fend off anyone trying to go for that back-to-back Cy Young. It'd be the first one since 2001. Tell you who that is and what Skubal needs to do tonight when we come back. It's the Ben Bosscher Show, 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
I'm Sarah Stockford, host of 100.9 The Mitt Success Suite, a podcast highlighting the most inspiring female leaders across the Great Lakes Bay region. This month, we spoke with Allie Huntoon, the director and founder of Allied HR Solutions and Allied Group Fitness.
Lean on people I trust to help me get through things too. If I know that I'm overwhelmed or I need support with something, you know, I usually try to reach out. Sometimes I'm still trying to do things all myself, and that's a learning curve too. Delegation is your friend. I'm learning that.
That's something I definitely do.
So I think it's leaning on your team. I think it's putting things into perspective. You know, even though HR is very important, and we have things all the time that come up with terminations or discrimination or harassment.
Listen to the full interview with Allie on YouTube on 100.9 The Mitt. Subscribe and hit the notification button to be alerted when new episodes drop. That's Success Suite with Sarah Stockford.
For 100 years, Forward Energy has been more than just a home heat and fuel provider. We've been a part of your community, and you've been a part of our family through every storm, every season, and every moment. We've been right here, keeping you warm and safe. As your hometown energy provider, we deliver more than just propane. We deliver peace of mind with reliable service, quality you can count on, and a commitment to always being there when you need us most. Forward Energy, 100 years strong, fueled by family, powered by community.
Get ready for a double dose of fun with Greater Midland races. August 1st, it's Run the River, a scenic 5K along the Tridge during River Days. Runners 21 and older get a complimentary drink ticket to use at the Rotary tent. You're literally running for the pint. Then, on August 8th, race through Dow Diamond at the Loons Pennant Race. Cross home plate and score a free lawn ticket to that night's game. Sign up now at greatermidland.org/races. Greater Midland, making Midland a better community, one step and one race at a time.
Midland, are you ready? The Gus Macker 3-on-3 basketball tournament is back, and it all kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. with the Heroes Tournament. Come cheer on local legends, law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, and veterans as they battle it out for bragging rights on the blacktop. Then, the real madness begins August 9th and 10th with the official Gus Macker Tournament. Teams, thrills, and buckets all weekend long. Bring the family, grab some food, and feel the energy downtown Midland. Details at gusmacker.com. Don't miss it.
You're invited to Louie Loon's birthday party presented by My Michigan Health. Sunday, August 10th at Dow Diamond. Join all of Lou's friends at the ballpark as we celebrate the best waterfowl mascot in all of sports. To add to the party festivities, the Loons will wear special Disney-themed Mickey Mouse jerseys that fans can bid on during a live online auction. For tickets, head to loons.com. This is the Great Lakes Loons, everyone's hometown team.
I'm Ben Bosscher, and here's what I think. I think the Detroit Lions are going to be worse this season, but still go 12-5 and win the NFC North. I think the Minnesota Vikings are the biggest threat to steal the NFC North from the Detroit Lions. I think we got to taper back our expectations for Bryce Underwood, with him being an 18-year-old freshman and all. I think the lack of aggression from Scott Harris at the MLB trade deadline is going to haunt the Tigers for years to come. And I think you should listen to the Ben Bosscher Show weekdays from 9 to noon on 100.9 The Mitt, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair, if you agree or disagree with anything I just said.
We're in your town, your school, your huddle. 100.9 The Mitt is here for sports fans in the Great Lakes Bay region. From the hardwoods of Saginaw to Midland's Friday Night Lights. From the streets of Bay City to Freeland, Frankenmuth, and Hemlock. We roll through Beaverton, Auburn, Pinconning, Essexville, and Shepherd. All the way to Gladwin, Birch Run, Coleman, and Bridgeport. This is your sports station. High school, college, NFL, the Loons. It's all right here. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan sports leader.
Yeah.
Scrolling. Make it count. Want local sports content that actually matters? Yeah. 100.9 The Mitt is loaded with local highlights, viral plays, breaking sports news, and takes you can't get enough of. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube today, and you'll never be out of the loop on the Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, Michigan State, and even the biggest stories in high school sports in the Great Lakes Bay region. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan sports leader.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun, and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Welcome back in. It's the Ben Bosscher Show right here on 100.9 The Mitt. Hey, the Tigers, they've got a game today, and I think it's an important game. Let's get to a couple of the Mitt messages here, or we're looking at the YouTube chat. Ryan says, hey, just got here, kind of new to the channel. How do you guys feel about the Tigers going forward? Do you think it's unrealistic to say that the Angels series is a must-win? No, I don't think so at all. The Tigers are like slipping so fast right now that I think the panic meter would... I mean, it's already at an all-time high for me right now, so I think fixing everything with this Angels series is very important, especially with Tarek Skubal on the mound. Like, ideally, you're up 1-0 in this series, so just take 1 of 2 against this Angels team that thinks they're that thinks they're buyers at the deadline. So, yeah, I don't know. I kind of think it's must-win. But as for the Cy Young stuff, right now Tarek Skubal's minus 700, which is pretty big favorite, obviously. But Garrett Crochet's plus 475, and he's had a really nice couple months here. Since July 1st, Tarek Skubal has a 2.27 ERA, 43 strikeouts, 5 walks, 1-1 record in 31 2/3 innings pitched. Garrett Crochet, 1.91 ERA, 39 Ks, 7 walks, 5-0 in 33 innings pitched. Boston secretly only 2 games back from the Tigers right now. They're kind of in contention to be that number 1 seed, or at least one of the top 2 seeds to get a bye right now. And I know with Cy Young, your team's record hardly matters, but just Boston gaining steam and being that big brand does help Garrett Crochet's chances. You can't ignore that. I think Tarek Skubal's still a heavy favorite, obviously. But I do think it's important for him to put together a nice run here to kind of close the door on any comeback for Crochet, and even Eovaldi's kind of dealing right now, too. I don't know if he's quite qualified to win the Cy Young, but he's probably going to finish the season qualified. He's dealing right now, too. I don't think this thing's quite locked up yet with, a month and a half left to play, a little over. So I think it's important tonight for Tarek Skubal to kind of go have a dominant performance and, extend that gap a little bit between him and everybody else, because it's just a little closer than I think people realize. Because I think we were kind of writing him in as back-to-back Cy Young, going to be the first guy in the American League to do it in 25 years. I think we got to pump the brakes just a tiny bit and need some results tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think also, especially with the way the Tigers have been playing, it's like a 2-for-1 kind of thing. Like, he obviously needs to help the Tigers maybe get out of this funk a little bit, reset some things, and then also obviously help himself out personally. Because, like you said, I mean, we have been writing him in as essentially the back-to-back Cy Young now for quite some time, basically all
whole
season,
year.
So, which I think he still is. I mean, as the sports books show, he's still the favorite and everything. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Important for him to right the Tiger ship tonight, help them get back in the win column. Probably even more important. Well, that's definitely the most important thing, because, yeah, to our commenters' point on YouTube, it's like I say we like I'm on the team. The Tigers probably are amongst the playoff teams the most desperate for a series win right now. The Yankees probably in their conversation as well, but they got Judge back, so that's almost like a boost of itself. The Tigers can't lose a Tarek Skubal start tonight. If they lose a Tarek Skubal start tonight, Comerica Park should boo the Tigers.
Ooh, really?
If Skubal comes in and is dominant and shuts down this Angels team for 6 to 7 innings, and then the bullpen comes in and blows this thing, and the offense can't support him at all, and Riley Green's striking out over and over again, boo this team. If you're going to the game and they lose somehow with Tarek Skubal on the mound because the offense isn't good enough or because the bullpen absolutely blows this game, boo this team. Crazy to boo a team in first place, but they are not playing like a first-place team right now. And they're also in the worst division in sports. So, you got to take first place with a grain of salt because...
I mean, I don't know if you got to take first place with a grain of salt. They're still, atop the American League. It'd be different if they were, 2 games over 500 in first place.
They also just lost to a quadruple A team. They're not playing like a first-place team. That's unarguable.
Neither is the Dodgers, neither is the Astros, and yet they're both still in first place.
It's a good point. I just... If they lose this game tonight, or this series this weekend, I think we're talking about, the biggest collapse in Detroit sports of the last 25 years on Monday. Or at least, we're talking about the writing on the wall with it. They are desperate for a win. And for that reason, I'm taking Tigers money. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine that. We lock up Tigers money line, lock of the day. They're probably heavy favorites
with
tonight.
Skubal, yeah, exactly. With Skubal on the mound, it wouldn't be bad,
Yeah, but we're trying to shoot for the moon, man. We don't need these minus
Right.
260 bets. That's not how we work our way back into this. But yeah, is that a 7 o'clock start or 6:40?
7:10.
7:10.
Hey, them Skubal Friday starts. We've talked about it all year. There's something about them. Friday night Scoobs it's usually some primetime entertainment.
He knows the Tigers aren't on primetime television tonight, but he definitely gets the sense of when they are, and when there is a packed house and these night games at Comerica tends to be when he is at his best.
So
Hey,
this means Benetti is going to be not on the call, right? Since he's doing the Lions game.
is that why he wasn't on the call on Thursday?
He hasn't been
prepping for
on.
this?
He hasn't been on in a couple, most of this week. So he might just be having the week off or something. I don't know.
Who knows? 989-837-6125. Hope you guys are on your way to Dow Diamond for tonight's game, giving away some Sam Laporta signed Sam Laporta signed jersey and some more Lions memorabilia. Hope to see you here at Dow Diamond. Chance to win some prizes. Come say hi. Ben Bosscher Show right here on 100.9 The Mint. We'll be right back.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mint.
Detours driving you bonkers? Ideal Party Store's got your back with the Detour discount. While the Lafayette Bridge is closed, enjoy 10% off select craft beer 6-packs and 10% off 4 bottles of select wine, 750 milliliters or more, with 2 great locations, 908 North Johnson on the east side and 401 Salzburg on the west side. Ideal Party Store makes every detour worth it. Serving Bay City since 1934, we're here to make you the life of the party.
Midland Eye Care wants you to know, according to a recent study conducted by the AOA, the Optical Laboratories Association, and the Vision Council, nearly half of all glasses ordered online had either prescription errors or failed to meet minimum safety standards. Midland Eye Care offers a full-service optical department meeting all your eye care needs. So call your local Midland Eye Care and avoid incorrect prescriptions costing you time and money. Midland Eye Care, your vision source on Eastman Road in Midland, on Cedar and Gladwin, and on East Washington and Freeland.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the local job market. We're here in person. And we're locally owned, so you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at Spherion.com to find your local Spherion office. Let's get to work.
At First Class Epoxy Floor and Counter, floors don't just get coated, they get a makeover. Epoxy's so tough, it shrugs off spills, stains, and even your wildest dance moves. Garages, workshops, anywhere you want a floor that's smooth, shiny, and just a little bit sassy, they handle it all with style. No more boring floors. Get ready to impress everyone who walks through the door. Slide into durability and flair. First Class Epoxy Floor and Counter, where your floors get the VIP treatment they didn't know they needed.
You're invited to Louie Loon's birthday party presented by My Michigan Health. Sunday, August 10th at Dow Diamond. Join all of Lou's friends at the ballpark as we celebrate the best waterfowl mascot in all of sports. To add to the party festivities, the Loons will wear special Disney-themed Mickey Mouse jerseys that fans can bid on during a live online auction. For tickets, head to loons.com. This is the Great Lakes Loons, everyone's hometown team.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
From the Blazy Electric Studios, this is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt, WLUN, Pinconning, Bay City, Saginaw, Midland.
(989-837-6125). I want to get into a college football conversation regarding Sherrone Moore and Jonathan Smith in just a second, but just real quick, I mentioned if the Tigers lose tonight, I think they should be booed, especially with Tarek Skubal on the mound. If he dominates and then all of a sudden the bullpen comes in and ruins it, or the offense can't put him any runs on the board to give him any support, boo this team. They're playing terribly. They're not playing in like first place baseball. Boom. And Dwayne said, Ben, I agree with you. Booing the Tigers if they blow a Tarek Skubal start, but there also needs to be Harris and Illich sucks chance throughout Comerica. That's a tough chance. Like, I agree with the concept. That's a tough chant for a stadium to get in line with.
The concept of booing the team that is in first place to me is just crazy. Like, that's what you do when your team is terrible and the ownership group is just, like, refusing to put out a good product and everything.
But that's not what the Tigers fans just don't show up when they're bad.
I mean,
I said for years, like, please boo this team, and there wouldn't be enough people there to do it. When they're bad, nobody cares. Or at least the people that care are at home.
I understand the frustration. Booing the team when they're in first place is crazy. I think that's
what do you want them to do? Give Riley Green a standing ovation?
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do anything. Just go to the game. Like, I just don't understand the point of booing a first place team. That's just me.
You wouldn't fit well in New York with John, would you?
I guess not, man. We're not. This isn't Philly. This isn't New York. You know, a little different.
I don't know. The Illich sucks chant is good, but I think that needs to be in the form of a sign. And they definitely would not put that on TV.
Yeah, you can make a sign. I don't know, though. It's just like this. They're not a bad team. They're just not playing very great right now.
And it's well, okay. Let me ask you this. I know they're a bad team, not playing very well, but they're still first place. Whatever. Is Scott Harris good at his job? Yes or no?
I think that's a question mark. I think we don't really know. I think we don't really know. Probably more no than yes. But he's done some good things. Like we said,
you know what the
real answer is? The real answer is we'll know once his boys come here. Once his boys get up to the major leagues.
Oh, the audacity of the Tigers to put Erie on FanDuel Sports Network last night. It's like, look at our guys. This is the future.
Max Anderson home run.
Yeah. Thank God they're going for the Eastern League title. Oh, my God. Thank God the Tigers can put that on their resume.
If they would have traded Max Anderson, though, they would have been down 4-0 instead of 4-1 in that game.
Know.
So it's like, thank God they kept him, you know?
Do you think Scott Harris would hang a banner for a minor league championship in Comerica Park?
No.
I think he might.
Why?
Be like, guys, look.
He
we won a double-A title. He might go
take a picture with his three guys, like, look, it's me and my buddies.
Just wait for these guys to get here. Everything will be better.
Yeah.
I think he'd rather win like minor league championships than win multiple playoff series. Like, I think that is one of his goals, is to like win at every level.
I mean,
rather than just like win at the big leagues.
That's not a bad goal to have, though. Like, yeah, of course you want to win at every level.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Nobody cares. No Tigers fan cares if Erie wins an Eastern League championship. Nobody cares.
That's not what you said. You said their goal is to win at every level. Yeah, I think that's the goal of everyone, right? Of course,
it's to develop talent. The goal should be to develop talent and then move those players for more talents at the big league level. I don't care if Lakeland is good or if the Mud Hens are good or if Erie is good or if the Whitecaps are good. They should be used to develop talent.
What about at the Loons?
That's a little different. I also don't care about the Dodgers' win-loss record as much as I do the Tigers. Although I have kind of adopted the Dodgers, I will say. It's fun to have a supervillain, and I think everyone, the Dodgers are just a very polarizing team, and I like it. I'm all for the superpowers. I'm all for the dynasties. I think it makes sports fun, and that's not even just baseball. So I've embraced the Dodgers, but I'll tell you what. The Tigers do get all the way, and the Dodgers get all the way, and they meet each other. It's no question who I'm rooting for. Everyone downstairs, I think, will be conflicted, though.
Well, it was like last year, John, the Yankees playing the Dodgers, worked for the Dodgers for a couple of years, but grew up a Yankees fan. Has kind of become less of a Yankees fan over the years, but still is obviously a big Yankees fan.
I think a lot of people that work here have kind of adopted the Dodgers as their number one team, and I don't know if that's because just they're
really good. Yeah,
it could be part of it.
Easy switch.
But I know Brad. He's just like, I'm just done with the Illich family. Like, I just can't deal with them anymore. So yeah, I'm a Dodgers fan. And it's like, okay, that's fair. Can't really argue against that.
I kind of get it, though. I mean, it's like the guys that are in your ballpark, if you work here for a long time, they end up making it to the big league level. Like, how do you not root for them, I understand it.
I'm just too loyal,
Yeah, I think I'm the same way. Yeah,
I can't be switching up on my teams like that.
Right, that's why you have the Michigan sweatshirt on today.
Kyle, if you buy me a Michigan State sweatshirt, I will wear it. I'm being dead serious about this. Everyone asks me. I got asked again yesterday during the Loons game. Are you a Michigan fan or are you a Michigan State fan? I don't care. I'm a fan of ball. I'm a fan of good games. I'm a fan of sitting on the couch at 9 a.m. on Saturday, watching College Game Day for 3 hours, and then watching football for the next 12, and then waking up and doing it again on Sunday.
Right.
That's what I'm a fan of. If you buy me a Michigan State sweatshirt, I'll wear it. I got my CMU sweatshirt in there. The only one I won't wear is a Western one.
Or like Ohio State.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear an Ohio State one either.
Right.
Correct.
Jeff in the chat, by the way, says your sweatshirt's awesome.
Boys. We've got the men, Michigan. And we've got the boys, Ohio State. I did buy this when I was still like a diehard Michigan fan, though, to be fair. Actually, I think I got it as a Christmas gift.
I think most people would think that hoodie's pretty cool. So,
have you seen the back of it though?
Yeah, I have. Actually, one of my buddies has the same thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, make it look way less cool now.
For people listening on the radio, it's the Ryan Day crying, and then the scores of the last 3 years.
Crying Ryan, and it doesn't even have last year's score on it. The funniest score of them all.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know how we went down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, speaking of Michigan though, right?
Yeah. Between the two coaches down in Ann Arbor and down in East Lansing, it feels like there's pressure on both of them, but for completely different reasons. In the case of Sherrone Moore, the looming suspension, you don't really know when he's going to be coaching and when he's not going to be coaching. Obviously, they proposed that 2-game suspensions for week 3 and week 4. Scared of the Chippewas. You know what I'm saying? There's pressure on Sherrone Moore because there's an expectation to win right away after Jim Harbaugh hangs it up. Or not hangs it up, but leaves. And I think last year, the way that they ended the season, they turned a corner, and there was some real promise there. And now that you have Bryce Underwood in the building, the expectation is to win right away. And it feels like if they don't, a lot of that blame could be put on Sherrone Moore. He's not calling plays anymore. He's just kind of heading up the program as an overseer of everything, right? One of these walk-around coaches. And if Michigan's not playing to the standard that Michigan fans expect, which is national championship caliber, at least playoff caliber, people are going to be pointing fingers at Sherrone Moore. If you have this quarterback, you better make the playoffs one of the next 2 seasons, or it's going to be a problem. In the case of Jonathan Smith, new AD, Jay Batt in the building. I think it's very simple with Jonathan Smith. 8 wins, your job is safe. 6 wins, you're gone. 7 wins is TBD. But if you don't get at least 7 wins, you're gone. It's as simple as that. And it's not because Jonathan Smith is a bad coach. It's just because there's a new AD in town, and he's probably going to want to make his own hire. And if Michigan State and Jonathan Smith don't blow expectations out of the water, or at least give Michigan State enough to wins to where it's like, I can't fire this guy, it really comes down to Jonathan Smith has to give Jay Batt a solid reason to not fire him. Because I think Jay Batt's going to be looking for every reason to. Again, it's not because Jonathan Smith's a bad coach, but most ADs want to hire their own guy. And if Jonathan Smith doesn't impress everyone to the point where you can't fire him, he's probably gone. 7 wins is a question mark. 6-6, I think that's automatic firing. There's pressure on both these guys. I would say Jonathan Smith has a lot more pressure on him because it does feel like his job is on the line this season. I don't think that's the case for Sherrone Moore. I think he's got a 2-year span here, minimum. And there's also a world where Sherrone Moore's the coach for the next decade.
I kind of have a weird perspective of this. As far as who I think is under more pressure, I do think it is Sherrone Moore because I think Jonathan Smith is just screwed. Like, I think that he's just in a terrible situation as far as his expectations for this season have to be almost unrealistic for him to stay. I think it's almost but a guarantee that he will not be at Michigan State in the next year or 2. Just because of the switch in the athletic department. It was made very clear that Michigan State wanted to make some major changes to how things are run with the NIL funding. And Jay Batt had a ton of control at Georgia Tech, obviously really flipped things around there, and was a huge part of that Alabama program. So for them to go get him and not let him go get his own football coach, which is obviously like the number one thing that's important to an athletic department is the football program, and Jay Batt's a football guy, I think that would be kind of crazy for them not to go get his own guy. So for me, Jonathan Smith's not under a ton of pressure because I think it's just a foregone conclusion. You know? Like, he would have to do some crazy stuff that's almost unrealistic. Whereas Sherrone Moore, I feel like Sherrone Moore is going to be painted as a scapegoat for anything poorly that happens to Michigan over the next couple years. If Bryce Underwood doesn't become a superstar right away, Sherrone Moore. You know, you're just replacing Jim Harbaugh. If Michigan doesn't beat Ohio State again, Jim Harbaugh beat Ohio State several years in a row. Sherrone Moore did it once and couldn't follow it up.
Sherrone Moore also, or Jim Harbaugh
but
also lost to Ohio State a lot of years in a row.
I'm just throwing out possible scenarios. I just feel like Sherrone Moore is going to be put in this limelight of a Jim Harbaugh follower if things go poorly for Michigan at some point. Like, he will be painted as the scapegoat for anything wrong that goes down at Michigan because of, one, there's still all this looming investigation stuff going on. And if I'm the Michigan Athletic Department, I want to get this stuff over with. And still having people on staff that were involved in that situation makes it not be over with. So, to me, it makes it easier for Michigan to move off of Sherrone Moore because of all that stuff still going on if something poorly is to happen, if they don't live up to expectation. Now, as far as who's more likely to get fired, yeah, it's of course Jonathan Smith. There's no question about
Then
that.
how can the answer to who's under more pressure not just
Because
be
I think
Jonathan Smith then? If this guy is in a position where, hey, man, if you don't get 7 to 8 wins, you're gone. Like, if you go 500, you're gone. That feels like a lot of pressure to me. I think the answer is pretty clearly Jonathan Smith here.
How about if I told you this, Ben? By the end of 2025, you need to have 500,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Whoa.
Or else you're fired. Is that putting you under a ton of pressure, or are you just, that's obviously not happening?
By the end of 25?
Yeah,
like
in
4
4 months. I need you to get 500K on YouTube.
Yeah. Everyone listening right now, I need you to tell like 6 of your friends, maybe like
You see what I'm...
7.
Okay.
Share it.
You get what
That's
I'm saying?
what we would need.
It's almost going to be unrealistic for Jonathan Smith to stay, for him to change the mind of Jay Batt. And it's not really even his fault. Like, I'm not the guy here saying fire Jonathan Smith. I just feel like...
I feel like 7 wins, he might be able to convince people.
7? There's no way.
He might be able to convince people if he gets 7 wins that he should be kept around.
There's no way,
Do you agree
man.
that 8 wins is like...
8
you
wins
can't
is like
fire
an
him.
impressive season for Michigan State.
You cannot fire him if he gets
Probably
8 wins,
not.
right?
Probably not. But
And I think 7 is like...
Getting 8 wins is...
we're going to have to talk about this.
It's going to be hard for them to get 8 wins.
It is going to be hard. That's why if it happens, he's probably in a position to where he
I think he's got a
cannot be
2-year
fired.
window. I think he has to have 2 years in a row of good because they could go 8-4 this year and it's like, okay, we're keeping him around, and then they follow it up with 7-5 and he's done. Like, there has to be large improvement for 2 straight seasons for him to stick around.
Well, here's the other thing, though, and I don't think it's as automatic as you're painting it to be, because if J-Bat fires Jonathan Smith, is it a guarantee that he can keep Aiden Childs?
Right.
Or is that like not a package deal, but does Aiden Childs...
And Nick Marsh, too, you know?
Does Aiden Childs look at that situation? It's like, I liked Jonathan Smith, and now it doesn't really matter who you hire. I'm going to go seek opportunities elsewhere because this program, like, I think I outplayed it. Because you have to take that into consideration if you're going to think about firing Jonathan Smith. Does that mean I lose Aiden Childs? And if you lose Aiden Childs, do you lose Nick Marsh? Then you have to tear it all down again just to build it back up, which is what Michigan State's been doing for years.
Well, in a hypothetical world, though, you brought in Jay Batt to improve the funding and NIL situation. So in that scenario, you would hope that they have built up the capital to keep those guys, to pay them enough to stick around. But obviously in this era of college football, that's nothing but a guarantee.
989-837-6125. We'll get to some texts and some YouTube comments. When we come back, it's the Ben Bosscher Show live on 100.9 The Mitt. Want to know from you guys who's under more pressure. Is it Sherrone Moore? Is it Jonathan Smith heading into this season? We'll take a trip around the league when we come back as well. It's the Ben Bosscher Show live on a Friday in the Great Lakes Bay region.
Built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
It's the Scholar Athlete of the Month, proudly presented by Fisher Companies here on Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. This month's recipient is Scarlett Mason from Standish Sterling High School. With a 4.3 GPA, Scarlett's a member of the track and field team and a state champion in swimming. Scarlett, a member of the National Honor Society, and PALS, a student support group.
We get qualified, and then we are someone that if a student is uncomfortable talking to an adult, they can come talk to us about what's going on at home or whatever they're struggling with. The biggest thing was it raised mental health awareness, and I think that's huge in high school.
Scarlett will be attending and swimming at Wayne State in the fall. To hear the full interview and nominate a local athlete for our scholarship program, visit 1009themit.com.
There are many ways to say Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra. You could say it with your show choir buddies at your high school reunion.
Miller Lite is more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
However you say it, it's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2021 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Beer for 12 full ounces. Miller Lite, 96 calories, 3.2 carbs. Michelob Ultra, 95 calories, 2.6 carbs. Taste test performed by Institute for Perception, February 2018.
Local sports don't stop when the game ends, and neither do we. 100.9 The Myth is your digital home for the latest news across the state of Michigan. From high school to college and the pros, it's all on our socials. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search 100.9 The Myth and join the squad. Stay locked in on the latest stats and stories with exclusive video takes from local talent. Sports Radio 100.9 The Myth. We're in your town, your school, your huddle. 100.9 The Mitt is here for sports fans in the Great Lakes Bay region. From the hardwoods of Saginaw to Midland's Friday Night Lights. From the streets of Bay City to Freeland, Frankenmuth, and Hemlock. We roll through Beaverton, Auburn, Pinconning, Essexville, and Shepherd. All the way to Gladwin, Birch Run, Coleman, and Bridgeport. This is your sports station. High school, college, NFL, the Looms. It's all right here. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan sports leader.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Michigan.
This message presented by the MHSAA and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Myth.
All right, let's get a couple texts in before we take a trip around the league. Someone said, hey, have you guys thought about doing a Loons line on the show? I love going to the Loons games, but with the guys moving up and down all the time, it's hard to keep track of the players to watch on this team. I think a quick segment on that would be nice.
Bring on John for that, you know?
Yeah, I can't do it. It's got to be John.
Probably should, too, with the season closing up, you know?
Yeah.
Would seem like a good time to do it before the season's over.
I should just try to get one of the Loons on the show. You know what?
That seems like easy, right?
During the game today, I'm going to try to go down there and see if I can convince one of them. The problem is, like, I don't know, some of them just don't like doing this stuff, which is understandable.
Yeah.
They're here all day, every day.
They're going on a 12-game road trip next week, too, so.
But if they want to, you know, I think it's
They're
good.
probably leaving Monday, though, right?
I think it's also just, like, good practice for them to do media stuff with us because there's less pressure. And if they really want to get to the show, like, they're going to have to do media stuff.
And it's like they're just talking to us, you know? It's like.
Yeah, they're just talking with the boys.
Okay.
Logan in the chat said, when does the hammer get brought down on CMU and Amy Folin? That's funny stuff. Probably the week they play Michigan, if I had to guess.
No comment.
Why? Oh. I'm trying to pull some strings to get Drinkle on. And CMU's kind of ducking me right now. And I'm like, really?
Nah, we'll get it.
I just worked for you for 4 years. Really? I think we're going to get it eventually. Hopefully before the season starts. I've got some questions for him, though. I want the football program. I've got some questions. That's all I'll say. How are we going to turn this thing around? Because when I was a student there, no one respected this program. And they hire someone from Navy. I think that was kind of the priority of like, hey, we got to turn this culture around and see what happens down in Detroit. It's like, yeah, maybe that's more important than the actual X's and O's and hiring someone with a pedigree like they did with McElwain. It's like, oh, he was SEC Coach of the Year. Get him here. Nobody respected the program. So I want to see how they can turn things around. All right, no more CMU football talk. Fair enough? Fair enough. All right, let's take a trip around the league.
It's time to zoom out and go around the league.
Okay, Ben, it's time to go around the league. Are you excited?
So excited.
Okay. Today, we're doing another Fox Sports NFL article. They bring us, we've been having this conversation over the last, couple weeks or so. What are the best wide receiver duos in the league? You know, we've been discussing that. Is J-Mo and St. Brown really number one like Allen Robinson said it was? Well, we're going to find out what Fox Sports says today. They got who are the 10 best wide receiver duos entering the 2025 season. Do you want to guess these or do you want to react to these?
I'll guess them.
Okay,
let's go 10 for 10 and react to them.
Wow, 10 for 10.
Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are just kind of the unanimous number one at this point across the league.
Yeah, they're number one. I think that's pretty undebatable, I would say. I love J-Mo, love St. Brown. They're for sure number one.
I don't know if they're quite going to be number two on this list, but they've got to at least be top five. I'll go with St. Brown and J-Mo. And by the end of the year, I think they will be too.
St. Brown and J-Mo are number 7. But like you said,
by far the most room to improve.
As far as a prediction base goes, I think that top 5 for sure, maybe top 3 by the end of the year.
Oh, there's a new one that I kind of forgot about that I probably would have guessed ahead of these guys. I'll go with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. They've got to be number 2.
Yeah, this is a super fun new duo. They're actually number 4, Ben.
Wow.
Even though they probably have the 2 highest rated receivers outside of those top 2, right? As far as like having 2 top 15 guys or something like that, 2 top 12 guys.
So why would anybody be ahead of them then?
Well, because if you have the top of the top guys, like.
Oh, so it's like Jefferson and Addison on this? Are they?
Jefferson and Addison do sneak on at number 10. So obviously Addison probably the worst wide receiver 2 on the list, but they have the best wide receiver 1 on the list. So
then I would think CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are probably on here as well.
Yes, they are, and they're all the way up at number 3, Ben. CeeDee and George Pickens over Puka and Devontae Adams.
Have we already done this?
Expecting a big year of George Pickens. We did something about fantasy a while back, but this is different.
Eagles receivers, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, probably the number 2 choice.
Yeah, they're number 2. A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith are number 2. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, not 5, not 6. You have 7. You don't have 8. You don't have 9, and you have 10.
Is Tank Dell healthy?
No.
Okay, then I'm going to lay off the Texas thing, even though I think Nico Collins
maybe they could be
arguably the most underrated receiver in the NFL. Let's go with it's nobody in the North, at least the NFC North. Oh, let's go with some combination of the Buccaneers receivers. Evans, Godwin, their rookie.
Yeah, it's Evans, Godwin. Yeah, they're number 6, which they've just always been on this list for eternity, it feels like. And they're still, they both, when they were healthy last year, were both really good. Chris Godwin was having a career year last year before he got injured. Kind of crazy. Still need number 5.
When did this come out?
I think yesterday.
Huh.
No, it actually came out, at midnight today. So.
Okay, then I think it was inspired by Keenan Allen rejoining the Chargers. So I'll go Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey.
Ooh. No.
All right.
Not
Strike
on the
one.
list.
How about...
That would kind of shock me if they were on here, yeah.
My new favorite duo, Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh, no. I'm assuming since he's a rookie,
What?
they just didn't want to throw him on.
Yeah, one of the best rookie prospects we've ever seen. No big deal.
Is he even going to play receiver?
Yeah, he's going to play receiver. He's going to play...
a joke. It's just a joke.
Don't get me riled up.
All right, you're missing number 8 and number 5. Number 5 being this high is... and number 9. Number 5 being this high is crazy.
I don't want to hint. I'm just thinking.
I do have a hint for you. Like in terms of all three of these, though. Okay, sorry.
All right, I've got a guess, and to fill the void of me sitting here thinking I'll do it. Darnell Mooney and Drake London, probably not on the list, but maybe that 9th spot. Yeah. All right, let me keep guessing though. 3 strikes, whatever. I fouled one of these off. I'm just thinking about. I'm going division by division. I don't think there's no way it's anybody else in the North. If it's any of these Packers guys,
No,
I walk out of the studio for the rest of the day. You can do the show. I don't think it's anybody on San Fran. Okay, I'll guess this for the name, but at this point, I think Cooper Kupp's kind of done. But Kupp and JSN.
Yeah, Kupp and JSN, Ben, is number 5. They got these guys high, man.
Come on.
Man, Cooper Kupp is like a skeleton out there of his old self.
They also do the exact same thing. Their skill sets are very redundant.
They really are. Must be really high on JSN, but man, 5 over St. Brown and JMO?
Yeah, that's...
Come on. I mean,
that's
that
a
literally
little
makes no sense. All right, you're just missing 8 and 9. You got one AFC team, one NFC team. One of these duos is a new duo, as far as like one of them is on this team for the first time. And one of these has been probably in this top 10 list for quite some years, and they are probably lower this year than they usually are.
Oh, man. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle is the AFC one.
Yep, they're number 8. They probably have been top 5 the last several seasons, but obviously Tyreek a little bit of a down year last year. Also has beef with his own quarterback now, so that's kind of weird.
And everybody else on the team.
Yes.
Like, I don't think anybody actually likes Tyreek Hill.
I really
on the
don't think
Dolphins.
so either. Does anyone really like Tyreek Hill in general, you know? Kind of a bad guy.
Yeah,
Number 9,
really bad guy.
Number 9 is the only one you're missing. NFC team, it's a new duo.
Ah,
The wide receiver
what am I
one. Wide
thinking
receiver
of?
1 is still there, but the wide receiver 2 is the newbie.
I already said Cowboys.
Yeah, it's not them.
Oh, my God. Is it the Commanders?
Yeah.
They're counting Debo as like a valuable
Terry McLaurin.
asset?
Hey, I don't know if you've been hearing about Debo in camp, bro. I was talking to Jesse yesterday. Commanders fans are hyping up Debo in training camp these last couple weeks.
That's a dangerous game to play.
I would agree. And Terry McLaurin also, might not be on the team, so kind of crazy to throw them on the list. But they're in at number 9, and that is the full list, Ben.
989-837-6125. Appreciate everyone listening live on YouTube right now. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If this is your first time on the channel, thanks for being here with us on 100.9 The Mint. We're live every day from 9 to noon. You guys can listen to it audio only on Spotify or Apple Podcasts when this is done. Get this uploaded right when the show is done. And, of course, you guys can just look back and watch it on YouTube immediately. Show doesn't even have to be done. All right, when we come back, we've got some more good stuff to get to, including some Tigers, some Lions, and a question about sports memorabilia when we come back. It is the Ben Bosscher Show, live on 100.9 The Mint.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mint.
Do we have any spray paint? Why? I need lots of paint. I'm going to paint the house.
I don't think so.
But it looks bad.
Well, you can't spray paint the house.
And then let's call Brexy Siding and Building Repair. They can do it.
Is your siding looking faded, worn out, or just in need of an update? Call me, Derek Bresky, at Bresky Siding and Building Repair today for all your siding, roofing, and gutter needs.
Midland, are you ready? The Gus Macker 3-on-3 basketball tournament is back, and it all kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. with the Heroes Tournament. Come cheer on local legends, law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, and veterans as they battle it out for bragging rights on the blacktop. Then, the real madness begins August 9th and 10th with the official Gus Macker Tournament. Teams, thrills, and buckets all weekend long. Bring the family, grab some food, and feel the energy downtown Midland. Details at gusmacker.com. Don't miss it.
Hi, this is Jim Mahoney with Link Technologies. If you are a business or a nonprofit organization wondering how to navigate today's technologies landscape, let Link Technologies' talented staff work with you to develop a technology plan custom to your specific needs. We bring 27 years of experience helping businesses and nonprofit organizations just like yours achieve their technology goals. Contact us today and see how the right balance between cloud and on-premise resources can best work for you.
I'm Ben Bosscher, and here's what I think. I think the Detroit Lions are going to be worse this season, but still go 12-5 and win the NFC North. I think the Minnesota Vikings are the biggest threat to steal the NFC North from the Detroit Lions. I think we got to taper back our expectations for Bryce Underwood, with him being an 18-year-old freshman and all. I think the lack of aggression from Scott Harris at the MLB trade deadline is going to haunt the Tigers for years to come. And I think you should listen to the Ben Bosscher Show weekdays from 9 to noon on 100.9 The Mitt, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair, if you agree or disagree with anything I just said.
From Midland to Bay City, Saginaw to Sanford, from Frankenmuth, Freeland, and Hemlock to Auburn, Essexville, and Pinconning, 100.9 The Mitt is the heartbeat of the Great Lakes Bay region, and proud of it. We're your home for local sports, local stories, and local pride. Whether you're in Birch Run, Beaverton, Gladwin, Chesaning, or Coleman, football, basketball, hockey, Spartans, NFL, Loons, all right here. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan's sports leader.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Michigan for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right, question for our audience out there. This one's kind of fun. It's a Friday. We're having some fun. With it being Grit Night tonight here at the ballpark, and we're doing a little Sam Laporta signed jersey giveaway, along with some other cool prizes as well. What's the best sports memorabilia you have? 989-837-6125. I'm going to just send my personal number. 989-837-6125. What's the best thing you got hanging around your man cave or your garage or your bedroom that you kind of like to brag about a little bit? I'm not going to lie to you, Kyle. I don't have a ton of sports memorabilia. As much as this is maybe surprising, I'm not a big collector of any sorts. I never really have been. The jerseys was probably the thing I was the best at collecting there for a while, but I kind of stopped. I don't know. I feel like once you're out of college, there's not really places to wear jerseys unless it's just a Sunday around your place on a Lions game.
Yeah, I think summertime's a good time to wear jerseys, though. I'll throw on a jersey every once in a while in the summer.
Yeah. I
like
guess
going to the beach, I'll wear instead of a tank top, throw on a jersey instead,
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get myself
not a football
to do
jersey,
that
like
anymore.
a basketball jersey,
No, I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Okay.
That would be the best thing that I probably collected there for a while. I don't have a ton of actual signed memorabilia. I've got an autographed, not signed by him, but what do they call the things where it's just a copy of an autograph? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's just a signature.
Yeah. A signature of a Barry Sanders
Okay.
little thing of him going up against the Bucks, him hurdling someone. That's probably the most prized possession I have. I have a Michael Jordan jersey. I got a LeBron. It's not even a poster. It's just a framed picture. But I'm not a collector. I got a Joe Dumars bobblehead. That's probably one of the cooler ones too. Except I dropped that and chipped the paint on it, which it was really unfortunate. Are you a collector? You got some cool stuff that you're proud of?
I used to. I have a good amount of jerseys, but I don't have any of them signed. But I am definitely a jersey collector. I'm not a collector, I guess. I just have a good amount of jerseys. It's always one of them things that I was when I have a kid, hopefully, at someday.
Or 8 or 9 of them, according to Bill Simonson.
I want to have them have cool throwback jerseys. I think because obviously at that time they'll be throwbacks. When I was a kid, I had this really cool Denver Nuggets Carmelo Anthony jersey.
Ooh.
And I was like, dude, this is sick. But it was a kid size, so I couldn't wear it obviously anymore. But anyways,
I've got a Billups Denver Nuggets jersey, the rainbow one.
That's pretty cool.
Old
exactly.
school.
So I keep all my old jerseys and everything. But I do have I think I told you this before. I have a signed Barry Larkin glove, my baseball mitt. I got it signed by Barry Larkin when I was at a Sunday night baseball game, and I stayed in the Renaissance in Detroit, and the Baseball Tonight crew was there, and we ran into him into the elevator. Like John Kruk, Carl Ravitch, Buster Olney, and Barry Larkin. And we ran into him, and I was like, oh, my God, I'm freaking out. I'm 14 years old at the time. I watch Baseball Tonight every week. And I got Barry Larkin to sign my glove, which was sick. And me and my dad went and bought a new baseball glove, so I didn't have to use that one anymore.
There you go.
And that one still sits in my closet to this day. So that's probably my best piece of sports memorabilia, I would say.
I also just remembered, or was reminded, I do have a signed Isaiah Thomas basketball.
That seems pretty awesome. Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
We had a friend that worked at a Meijer, and he was just like, hey, guys, just so you know, Isaiah Thomas is going to be at Meijer today. We were like, what? Why? What are you talking about? He was like, yeah, he's doing an autograph thing for his wine that we're now selling. Okay, so we pulled up to Meijer, and we're just kind of waiting around. And
that's awesome.
And then Zeke pulled up, and it was like, oh, my God, he's here. And I went and bought a new basketball, but I was cheap and was like, what's the cheapest ball I can find? So I got a rubber outdoor one. The signatures don't last too long on those.
Really?
I found out the wrong way.
Wait, did you play with it?
No, I didn't play with it. It sat in my room ever since. But
just on the rubber
it just doesn't pop up as much. I should have just went all in and got a leather ball.
I did also this year get I told you I have a good amount of Lions jerseys. I like having options on Sunday to wear. I'll just rotate through my Lions jerseys. I have an old Herman Moore throwback Lions jersey. And this year, Herman Moore did something with Soaring Eagle where he was at all the Lions playoff games. There was a watch party there, and he was at it, so people would come to it and everything. I didn't go to it, but my friend got tickets to it. And he was like, I'm going to that game, or I'm going to the watch party. Don't you have a Herman Moore jersey? And I was like, yeah. So I gave him my jersey. He went there and got it signed by him and got a picture with him, which was cool.
Friend.
Yeah, shout out to my friend Easton. He hooked me up with the Herman Moore signature, so I don't wear that jersey anymore because it's got a signature on it.
You don't be wearing old jerseys during Lions games, right? Old players?
Yeah, I used to wear the Herman Moore jersey all the time.
Yeah, but now there's enough, you have a handful of current players,
yeah,
right?
I have a J-Mo jersey. I have the St. Brown jersey. I have a Goff kind of jersey.
What do you mean, kind of?
So
what does that mean?
Well, I have the Goff jersey. But also I have this. This is the jersey I actually like to wear a lot on Sundays. This is a throwback here. I have a Gary Danielson Lions jersey. Quarterback from way back in the day. You probably most know him from, he's on college football. He's a color commentator for CBS, I think, for SEC football. So he's on TV a lot nowadays. But he wore 16. It was my dad's. He gave it to me, so shout out to my dad. But it doesn't say Danielson on it. It just says 16. And this is an old Lions jersey, super old. So it looks like a throwback Goff jersey because it's 16. So I love wearing that jersey because it's just a really old jersey.
What's the most random Detroit? That's got to be the most random, right?
No, I have a Kerryon Johnson jersey.
Oh,
yeah. That one's pretty rough.
I've got a Derrick Rose Pistons jersey.
I do too.
Nice.
I got the gray one, the ugly,
ugliest jersey the Pistons have worn in decades.
Gray one, yeah. But that one's kind of a legendary one because it's Derrick Rose. I always wanted to get an Adrian Peterson.
Brother,
jersey.
It's not legendary.
Well, just because it was it's D Rose on your favorite team. It's like I said, I wanted to get the AP Lions jersey when he was on the Lions, just because it's AP, but I never did.
Wise decision to not. Like I shared with the audience this morning, I accidentally bought a Motor City Muscle Penei Sewell jersey. I don't know how it happened.
Hey, Michael in the YouTube chat, he's got a poster with an autograph of Ben Bosscher. That's the best piece of memorabilia there is, right?
I wasn't going to read it.
It would have been kind of selfish of you to read it, yeah.
Yeah. Darren says on our Mitt messages, I have an authentic signed Ndamukong Suh jersey he gave me after the Falcons game against Matt Ryan. That's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
I don't know how you got onto the field to get that.
That's super cool.
He was just at training camp this week. You see that? And he also had to bury the hatchet with the Lions of this is the first time I'm back because this is the first time it's a respectable place to be. Not respectable, but he clearly had beef with the Lions after because they wouldn't pay him.
Most people had beef with the Lions in that era as well, so it kind of makes he was the guy that backed up Jim Caldwell the most. He loved Jim Caldwell.
Yeah, so did Slay.
And so when they fired him, obviously I think he was just completely out on the Lions as a whole.
And then they wouldn't pay him.
Have you ever been a sports trading cards person?
Never.
Baseball cards and nothing like that?
Never.
When
I got a box
kid,
of them, like a huge box of them when I was probably like 14, and I opened them once, looked through them, and
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you one that I had. I don't know. I'm not a card guy.
When I was a kid, I used to be really into it because my uncle was really into it. And I still have a bunch of cards, I think, back at my parents' house that I don't really know who they even are and stuff like that. But I bring this up because I brought in them frickin' Loons baseball cards right there. They're on the table to your left. If you're on YouTube, you can see them. And Brad, I thought they'd be cool. Yeah, Brad just did not like them. You know, he's just giving me crap for it all week that I brought them in. I thought some people would like them. It's old Loons cards. My dad's buddy Jim hooked me up with those.
Okay, I'm completely in the dark on this. How much would like an old Clayton Kershaw Loons card go
I think
for?
it depends on like the type of card and everything.
Mint
too,
condition,
you know?
like cool,
all
awesome
that stuff
card.
comes in. Oh, cool. Oh, it's cool and awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, then probably a fortune. No, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know the minor league cards. You know, I don't know what the minor league cards go for.
Josh Wall.
Josh Wall, he was a good loon. That's
Never
what
heard of
Brad
him.
said. He literally goes, I don't know anyone on this list, and then immediately right after goes, yeah, I think Josh Wall is on my all-time Loons team. So, oh, okay, yeah. Don't know anybody though, right?
Oops, just fell off the table.
That's all right.
I don't know who would be on my all-time Loons team. I haven't been here long enough to have an all-time Loons team. Maybe that's a segment we do in February. 989-837-6125. We brought that up. You guys can still text in what your best sports memorabilia is because we're giving away a signed Sam Laporta jersey tonight at the Loons game. So come on out. Stop by, say hi. 989-837-6125. Something beautiful happened yesterday. One of the NFL reporters, insiders, got absolutely owned, and it was glorious. I'll tell you about it when we come back. It's the Ben Bosscher Show on a Friday, 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
It's time to remember that. With Kyle Sandel.
Presented by Matt Larson, Farm Bureau agent, located downtown Midland. So last night in the Colts-Ravens preseason game, all of us football sickos that were tuned in saw that Anthony Richardson got injured on just the second drive for the Colts. And man, this is so brutal for them because one, they really don't know who's going to start at quarterback this year. You obviously would think it's going to be the former 4th overall pick who's only headed into year 3 this season, but he's got a lot to prove. And Daniel Jones, as bad as he has been in New York over the years, I mean, he's still one of the better backups in the league if he does end up being a backup. So this was an important game for Anthony Richardson, and it almost just goes to show why I respect the Lions' approach in preseason. I know it's super easy to look at this and be like, why did they have Anthony Richardson out there starting? He's injury prone. He could be their starting quarterback week 1. What's the point in setting him out there? I understand that it's easy to say that afterwards. But at the end of the day, the Lions and Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, they've taken this approach since they've been here. Why play the starters in preseason? I get maybe wanting to get the rookies out there for a little bit and guys that are trying to make roster spots and everything. But really, what is the true benefit of a team sending out their starters in the preseason? When there's all this risk in, you see Rashawn Slater go down for the Chargers in training camp, and it's just, think if these injuries go down, it can just change an entire season in a second. As badly as I want to see Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, etc., I'm cool with the Lions playing it slow in preseason. Remember that. Presented by Matt Larson, Farm Bureau agent, located downtown Midland.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Tired of floors that snore? Walls that whisper, meh? Premier Tile in Midland is here to spice things up one tile at a time. They've got backsplash that'll make your pasta jealous.
What?
Shower walls that'll actually sing in the morning. And floors so fabulous, you'll consider eating dinner off them. Stylish, affordable, slightly obsessed with grout. Visit Premier Tile, located between Stark and Sturgeon, right off US 10, or at PremierTilestone.com.
Hey, sports fans, heading up north? Whether you're gearing up for the big game, hosting friends, or winding down after a long day, Hops and Schnapps is your ultimate beverage destination. With one of the largest selections of beer, wine, and spirits in Michigan featuring over 1,000 options from around the globe, we're your beverage experts. Plus, our friendly team is here to help you find the perfect pick. Visit us in Standish, Grayling, and Gaylord today. Hops and Schnapps, raise your glass, raise your spirits.
Get ready, Michigan. Field of Frames Fest presented by Dow is taking over Dow Diamond September 26th through 28th. It's the ultimate celebration of gaming, esports, and community, bringing together fans, families, players, and industry pros for a 3-day festival like no other. Watch elite teams battle in high-stakes competition, the Valorant Collegiate Invitational and Rocket League Semi-Pro Showdown, each with $10,000 prize pools, a $5,000 Super Smash Bros. Open Tournament, and a 17U Fortnite Youth Tournament with $1,000 up for grabs. There's live music, entertainment, and activities for all ages, plus educational panels and hands-on workshops for those interested in tech, business, and gaming industries. Tickets start at just $25, and kids 10 and under get in free. Don't miss your chance to be part of a landmark event. Visit fieldofframesfest.com to grab your tickets today. Field of Frames. Experience the element of gaming.
Follow the Yellow Brick Road to Dow Diamond on Saturday, August 9th for wonderful Wizard of Oz night. There's no place like home as the Great Lakes Loons host the Lansing Lugnuts. After the game, defy gravity with a fireworks Loontacular presented by Farm Bureau Insurance. Grab your tickets now at loons.com and get ready for a night that's truly over the rainbow. This isn't just baseball. This is the Great Lakes Loons, everyone's hometown team.
Get ready for a double dose of fun with Greater Midland races. August 1st, it's Run the River, a scenic 5K along the Tridge during River Days. Runners 21 and older get a complimentary drink ticket to use at the Rotary tent. You're literally running for the pint. Then, on August 8th, race through Dow Diamond at the Loons Pennant Race. Cross home plate and score a free lawn ticket to that night's game. Sign up now at greatermidland.org/races. Greater Midland, making Midland a better community one step and one race at a time.
From the hometown heroes to the college legends to the pros on Sunday, 100.9 The Mitt is your home for wall-to-wall play-by-play coverage. High school football, basketball, and hockey.
Region champions for the first time in school history.
Michigan State football and basketball.
Touchdown, MSU!
The NFL, Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night primetime games. And don't think we forgot about your hometown team. The Great Lakes Loons.
That ball's over and out of here.
100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Welcome back in. It's the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt, live in the Great Lakes Bay region. Hey, Kyle, we've kind of danced around this before, but one of my biggest pet peeves in how sports media has been covered and how it has shifted here over the past 4 years-ish is once upon a time on free agency day and trade deadline and really just news in general, when these insiders like Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport had something, they actually had something. It wasn't just a tweet. It was an entire article. Hey, here's the contract details. Here's how many years it is. Here's what both sides of the party, like both parties were thinking. Here's why it happens now. And there was actually an article to every piece of news coming out. It wasn't just a grabby Twitter headline. It was an actual piece. And then Jordan Schultz entered the picture. And I don't know how much I should really be sitting here bashing Fox, which is our partner here on 100.9 The Mitt.
Yeah, probably not at all, right?
Probably not at all, but I don't think anything's going to happen. Jordan Schultz comes in, who's hired by Fox. He's a Fox person now. He wasn't at the time. And he's a little bit of a Nepo baby. His dad owns the Supersonics or something along those lines, and kind of just gets worked his way into the business and flips it to where I don't have anything. I just need to be the fastest person on it. I need to be first on the case rather than actually have any sort of details.
Didn't his dad own like Starbucks or something?
Yeah. You're right. And the Sonics?
Very random.
And the Sonics, I think.
I'll find out.
But he comes in and it's just, hey, I've got it first. I don't actually have any information, but this player's signing here. Why? How much money? When, like how many years? I don't know. I just have it though. And here's a cool graphic to blow up on Twitter. And I despise the way that it's covered because now we live in a culture where you have to be on your phone on trade deadline day just waiting for anything to happen because you have to be on it first. I don't like it as much. I like the information more. And yesterday, it put a smile on my face when this guy got body bagged by the other insiders because someone had to have given this guy a false tip on something because he tweets out, C.J. Gardner-Johnson for the Texans, tears his ACL, that's the fear, it's over, season done. 2 minutes later, Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport. No, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
sir.
no, for sure. This seems like a good time to do that.
Noise. Yeah.
Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport both put out like right away after they get the Jordan Schultz notifications. Like C.J. Gardner-Johnson did not tear his ACL. So someone must have given Schultz some false information to screw him over, which I think is hilarious. And he instantly has to delete the tweet and then retweet Schefter and was like, well, actually, the initial fear was that he tore his ACL, but now after testing, they find out that it's still intact and he's not going to miss the entire season. But it put a smile on my face that he got something wrong. That might be like very awful of me that I'm rooting on this guy's downfall, but I hate the way that he shifted how sports are covered on Twitter. Now it's who can be first. It doesn't matter the information. And It's shifted the way that Rappaport and Schefter had to cover the NFL too because they were consistently getting beat by Schultz. So they had to also kind of drop the method of getting all the details before you're actually ready to put out your piece. I think Rappaport's still the best at it, but he's also had to shift because of guys like Jordan Schultz.
Well, it's turned into like you tweet the headline out right away before you really know all the details, and then the story comes 10 minutes later with all the details in it. It's just about getting that first initial thing out.
I don't even think it's like a 10 minutes later thing. It's like a day later.
Right, yeah.
It's like, let me just be the first one here.
Exactly.
Let me get the tweet
the
off.
headline out. I don't really know any of the details, but let's just get that out.
Yeah, this player signing here.
Or like Shams is notorious for tweeting out, like when there's a contract or a trade, he'll just tweet out, the X has been traded here, or X is signing with this team.
Yeah, Luka's a Laker.
Yeah,
it's like, what?
Before any trade details and then maybe like 2-3 minutes later he'll quote it and then be like, here are the details of the trade, which if you knew the details of the trade, he'd probably just put it on the initial thing. He just wants to get it out first. I did want to ask you, though, how do you think this makes, like...
That's why Woj retired. He's like, I can't hang anymore. This isn't fun.
I actually
this isn't
saw
journalism.
Pretty funny. This is weird that you say that because all, like, the ESPN reporters were on a podcast together, I saw. I don't know how recent this was. I think it was, like, probably yesterday, though, or the day before.
Oh, it was like
Shams,
Schefter.
Passon, Schefter,
Yeah.
and I can't remember who was hosting it. It was another ESPN guy hosting it, Jeremy something. But, yeah, it was like those
just
three.
Screw the NHL. They didn't have... They didn't have the ESPN.
It was
NHL
those three
guy.
all together, though, and kind of just talking about their lives of, like, being reporters. And Shams just kind of talked about, like, yeah, I don't really have, like, a lot of friends or anything or, like, any relationships with women. Because,
I think the words he said were, my friends don't like me.
Yeah, that's what he said. And he was like, and it's just, I have to prioritize this over my friends and relationships and stuff because of how much. That's kind of why Woj got out of it, right? Because Woj had that weird health concern happen to him, like, a year ago, or not a year ago. It might have been longer than that. And just maybe kind of clicked to him, like, it's not really worth it to spend my whole life doing this.
Woj also was like, yeah, like I was taking showers with my phone, like making sure I wasn't missing anything. Like that sounds like a terrible life.
I mean, everyone knows
it sounds
Shams
awful.
Screen time thing. I think Shams screen time is like right near 20 hours during like peak NBA offseason and trade deadline stuff. Like 20 hours?
That sounds like a terrible
20
life.
hours on your phone? That's insane. I mean, that's like including sleeping. You're just sleeping the other hours and you're on the phone the rest of the time. Like, but it's your job. I get it and everything. But
no, that doesn't sound fun though.
No, it really doesn't. Just to get like the credit of being first.
Yeah, just to get the instant gratification of all the retweets.
What do you think
Is it really
Schefter
worth
and
it?
Rappaport, though, think about, or just like in general, the other reporters and insiders when someone tweets something wrong and they know it's wrong and they're like, do you think they're laughing at him about it? Like, look at Schultz over there.
I don't know, man.
Or do you think they all have like a
interesting-
bond? Do you think all the reporters have like this bond
No.
where they're all friends? and-
No, they're too competitive.
That's what
I think
would
that's what it
guess.
is. They're competing against each other to see who can get the tweet out
I
first.
mean, I feel like the entire sports industry is that way, right?
Yeah,
It's
anyone
like that
who works in sports is competitive.
But even like the athletes too. It's the athletes and then the people that work in sports, in media, in front office roles, stuff like that. It's all uber competitive with your competition. People around you.
I despise the way it's shifted.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good for sports. I don't think it's a good way the
Like
world
when you used to
operates.
just be like turning on the TV and like something that's 3 hours old, you find out for the first time on SportsCenter, like, whoa.
Yeah, because here's the thing, like
LeBron's going back to Cleveland, dude. When that happened, I watched that live on TV, like, because I wasn't on my phone, you know. I was just like, that was crazy when that happened.
I think I don't know, the shift from that is sad because after noon, like when our show ends, there's really no need for me to like have to know anything upon like, you know what I mean? Like there's no need for me to
have to know anything.
Well, okay, that's a terrible way for me to word it. There's no urgency for me to know something because we don't go live again until 9:00. As long as I know it by then, I should be fine.
I get what you're saying. Like any news that breaks, you're saying?
Right. I shouldn't feel the need to constantly be refreshing Twitter, have all these Twitter notifications on, but that's just the way my brain has been engraved.
We talked about it yesterday. You want to be the first person to know news.
And it's because of, like, Jordan Schultz basically created that culture. And Shams, I think. Like, you remember the day Luka was traded?
Yeah, it was like
hey, Luka's on the Lakers. It was like, what is this guy talking about?
Craziest day ever. I'm sitting there watching UFC, playing cards with my friends, playing some drinking game, and all of a sudden I'm like, I need to stop playing because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I need to go take a walk.
That's literally exactly what I did. And it was like 12:30 at night. It was like on a Saturday night. I'll always remember that for sure.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble was on.
Yeah, sure.
Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. Can't forget that.
Yeah, sure.
989-837-6125. Hey, is this the most important Lions rookie class ever? I think it might be, and I think they should get some reps tonight in the preseason game against the Falcons. That's at 7 o'clock. More in the 11 o'clock hour, including a Mitt morning catch, 2 traditions to close out every show, and a voice and a name that you hear all the time, but maybe first time you get to put a face to it. That's next.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Mirror on the wall, whose house is the nicest on the block of them all?
Not yours.
What do you mean?
Your siding is faded, your gutters are falling off, and you have shingles missing. I suggest you call Bresky Siding and Building Repair.
I'm going to call Bresky Siding and Building Repair right now. Mirror on the wall, now whose house is the nicest of them all?
Yours is, kind sir, yours is.
Call me, Derek Bresky, at Bresky Siding and Building Repair today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brandon Scott at Scott Family Dental in Midland. As someone who was born and raised here, I would like to introduce myself by offering my services as your family dental provider. At Scott Family Dental, our mission is to provide excellent and personalized care using the latest technologies and best practices. Our highly trained and personable staff ensure you will feel comfortable along the way.
Dr. Scott is accepting new patients at 2509 West Wackerly Street next to the US 10 on-ramp. Scott Family Dental, let's bring out your best smile together.
Hey, did you guys catch anything yet?
Not a thing.
Bummer, neither have we. I'm actually just about to head into town. I'm gonna go into Higher Standards Automotive. They got this award-winning service department with amazing technicians and this large parts department in case I want to fix it myself. They got the part there.
Whatever.
No, I'm serious, man. It's out there.
Yeah, just like when you tried to convince me Bigfoot was real.
Ray?
Bigfoot's behind me, isn't he?
Yeah, we got it. Run! Get out! Stop into Higher Standards Automotive, North Eastman Road in Midland, right past the mall.
Get ready for a double dose of fun with Greater Midland races. August 1st, it's Run the River, a scenic 5K along the Tridge during River Days. Runners 21 and older get a complimentary drink ticket to use at the Rotary tent. You're literally running for the pint. Then, on August 8th, race through Dow Diamond at the Loons Pennant Race. Cross home plate and score a free lawn ticket to that night's game. Sign up now at greatermidland.org/races. Greater Midland, making Midland a better community, one step and one race at a time.
The Michigan Baseball Foundation is more than just baseball. It's a driver of economic growth and community. Operating one of the nation's top minor league stadiums, MBF supports job creation and regional development. Through creative partnerships and charitable giving, MBF has helped bring projects like Dow Diamond, the East End Development, Fairfield Inn and Suites, the Plaza, and the Dow Bay Area Family YMCA to life, generating over $23 million annually in economic impact. Every Great Lakes Loons ticket supports these efforts. Learn more at MichiganBaseballFoundation.org.
Follow the Yellow Brick Road to Dow Diamond on Saturday, August 9th for wonderful Wizard of Oz night. There's no place like home as the Great Lakes Loons host the Lansing Lugnuts. After the game, defy gravity with a fireworks Loontacular presented by Farm Bureau Insurance. Grab your tickets now at loons.com and get ready for a night that's truly over the rainbow. This isn't just baseball. This is the Great Lakes Lose, everyone's hometown team. From the Blazy Electric Studios, this is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt, WLUN, Pinconning Bay City, Saginaw, Midland.
Welcome in. It's the Ben Bosscher Show, 100.9 The Mitt. It's the 11 o'clock hour. One more hour left until you are officially at the weekends. Let's have some fun. Why not? All right, so here's what's going on right now. We've got a Lions preseason game tonight at 7 o'clock. We've got, at the same time, a Tarek Skubal starts in Detroit. It's going to be a pretty eventful night for Detroit sports fans. I am curious to see what you're prioritizing. It's probably the Tigers, but then again, I think we're all so sick for football that this might be a 50-50 split for me. And honestly, it might even be a little bit more Lions. If I'm being honest, I'm a Lions guy. I'm a football guy over baseball.
I think this really comes down to, how much do you really love Jason Benetti?
Ooh.
Are you just following him? You just going to the Lions game because he's there?
I think the answer might be yes. I mean, it's not like I'm not going to watch both, but yeah. I'm going to need to see the Hendon Hooker stuff, man. I'm really intrigued. Again, I think it's a redundant topic, so I don't want to jump into it, but I want to see what he looks like with the second stringers. I want to see if Tyleik Williams and Tate Ratledge are going to play. I'm going to make the case that they should be. And more importantly, I want to see Isaac TeSlaa. And, of course, we got to see who wins the safety 4 battle between Avonte Maddox.
Right, now that Dan Jackson's done.
And Lawrence Strickland. Who the hell is going to win this thing?
Big stuff.
I really think the rookies should play tonight, though. One drive for Tyleik Williams and Tate Ratledge. They're extremely valuable pieces to this Lions offense and defense. It goes without saying. I don't think they knew Tate Ratledge was going to be a day one starter when they drafted him, but you lose out on Frank Ragnow because he retires, and just like that, he's going to be inserted into the lineup. He's not going to be the center. At least that doesn't feels like they've shifted away from that. But he is going to be the starting right guard this year, and it's a pretty good spot to be pinched between Glasgow and Penei Sewell, but at the end of the day, he's a rookie, and you don't really know what you're going to get from him. I think it's important for him to go through a game day routine, wake up as if he's playing, and just kind of go through the mental hurdles and the checks of what it's like to do a game day for a night game. Go through your warm-ups once you get there, show up at the stadium on time, go through your whole routine, and just know what it's going to, get some sort of feel as to what your day-to-day is going to look like the day of a game. Now, that week 1 matchup's a 4 o'clock game, so it's a little bit different, but I do think there's some value in just waking up and mentally preparing for a game and going through your warm-ups and what that's like. And if the Lions ultimately decide we don't want them to play, it's not worth the injury aspect of it, we can't afford any of these backup interior offensive linemen in here, that's okay. But have him at least go through the warm-ups, have him go through everything pregame, and then don't make that decision until the very last second. And if you're going to make that decision, if you've made it already, don't tell him about it until right before the game and then say, you can take your pads off. You're not playing today. Take them off at halftime in the locker room. But I would actually have them play a drive, him and Tyleik Williams. Just play a drive that way. That first week 1 matchup in Green Bay is not necessarily their very first time stepping onto an NFL field. Just go get a drive in.
I don't know. It's hard for me to buy into this just because of this changes their philosophy of how they've handled the preseason over these last couple seasons. These guys are starters, and the starters just don't typically play. Now, it's untraditional because most of the other starters have played NFL games before. Not most, all of them have. So I understand why you want this, and it does make sense because I didn't really think about it from your perspective of the just getting ready for a game thing. I didn't really think about it that way, and I like that perspective. I think that makes a ton of sense because it's just different than how they've done it in college and everything. As far as the playing in the game part goes, I just think I'm all good. I would, as much as I want to see them, I really do. I just can't risk it, man. With the amount of injuries that this team had last year, in these games that really don't matter, I understand that, yeah, they didn't play the starters last year, and everybody got hurt anyways. You can make that argument, sure. But with the amount of injuries they had a year ago and how crucial these rookies are, I don't want to take any ounce of a risk in the games that don't really matter. If they're not out there week 1, that would just be detrimental. So I'm good on it. I understand why you want it, but I'm fine not seeing those guys.
Do you agree with me that they are this is the most important Lions rookie class of Brad Holmes' era? Because I don't think it's the best. That 2023 draft class probably never gets topped with Branch, Laporta in the second round, and then the first round, Jack Campbell and Jahmyr Gibbs. I get it. That's, in terms of volume and talent, probably the best one. But now there's like a real expectation here. You have to win playoff games. You have to get to a Super Bowl because this is the last year everyone's together. This is the last year that everyone that you think is a part of this Lions core is actually there. You're already starting to see some cracks in the core just with the Alex Anzalone situation. And then comes a Jahmyr Gibbs contract extension, a JMO contract extension, Laporta, Aiden Hutchinson, Brian Branch. Eventually, you're going to start losing out on some guys. And this organization's good enough to where I think there's going to be sustained success. Dan Campbell's a good enough coach. He's created a good enough culture, and Brad Holmes is a good enough talent evaluator to where I don't think they're going to fall off anytime soon. But with that being said, this is probably going to be their best chance to win a Super Bowl for a while because you're going to start losing out on some guys if it wasn't already your best chance the last couple of years. Which makes me think these rookies have to be ready to play up to the standard of what it takes to be a Detroit Lion right away because there's not really another option. There's not another option to play at right guard. There's not another option for defensive tackle right now with Aleem McNeil hurt. These two rookies are put in a position to where they are expected to be starters and real contributors on not only a team looking to win a Super Bowl, but on two of the strongest units of the past couple of years with the Lions, with their offensive line and defensive line. They don't want to take a step back in either department. So they're going to be reliant on these rookies to not only come in and fill some gaps, but to be productive players right out of the gate. And for that reason, I think it is the most important Detroit Lions rookies class for Brad Holmes.
I don't disagree with your evaluation of why this is important for them because, yes, this is the most pressure that this Lions team has been on in this era of Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, right? Back-to-back years ago into the playoffs. Last year did not go the way they wanted, following up that San Francisco loss in the NFC Championship game. And the big part is with the money, with the Goff contract kicking in, all that stuff. This is such a crucial year for them to win with those guys in big spots. But I can't really get by saying it was more important than the 23 class. And I'm not just taking it because of how good those guys were. They were coming off of barely missing the playoffs, ending that season on a crazy hot note, and then they have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds. Like, to me, and all of those guys, when they were drafted, like, yeah, all 4 of these guys are going to start. And then obviously they drafted Hendon Hooker in that class as well, which is like, you drafted a quarterback? You know, like, and then that's not most important, but I think that just kind of added some flavor to that draft class. So, to me, I have to go with that class just because coming off of that 22 season, going into the 23 draft, the Lions did kind of have some expectations. Like, hey, they were the hottest team in the NFL to end the season. Like, now they're going to actually get out of this, and can they break this playoff streak? Can they get to the playoffs and win a playoff game? Because it was the longest streak in the NFL to that time, not winning a playoff game. And those 4 guys were expected to be major contributors to that. Now, obviously, they totally outperformed that. So I think that year was probably more important. But from a pressure standpoint, this team in 2025 for sure has the most.
Want to real quick do 2 minutes on what we want to see from Hendon Hooker tonight?
Oh, I thought you said you were done on this.
Yeah, but now I'm thinking about it, and I kind of want to share a couple things.
Yeah, let's hear it, man.
Now that he's with the second-string offensive line, again, maybe Tate Rowledge plays, maybe he doesn't. But now that he's with the second string instead of the third string offensive line, hopefully there's a little bit better protection and he's not just under pressure the second he gets a snap off like Drake May was last year. Sit in the pocket. Be comfortable in the pocket. Don't try to run away as soon as things start to break down because he gets a little panicky. He goes through his reads and then all of a sudden he's not seeing the field very well, tries to evade the pocket, extend the play, use his athleticism. The problem is he's not very athletic to NFL standards. He's consistently being chased down by defensive linemen. Most linebackers, I think, are more athletic than this guy. And I think he just gets a little bit too reliant on his legs. I want to see him just hang in the pocket, take some hits, and do some very simple stuff. Run the offense. Hit a couple guys over in the middle. Hit the flats. Take a deep shot once in a while because that's where he thrived in college. I don't need him doing anything with his legs. Just don't do too much. Trust your weapons. Trust the offense. And play point guard. That's all I want to see from Hendon Hooker tonight. That's it.
Which is weird because we really have never seen that version of Hendon Hooker.
No,
right?
he wants to take over the game.
But that's kind of how he shines. But obviously that's not probably the approach he should take. But
he cannot shine in the NFL doing that. He's not athletic enough.
Yeah, I would agree.
Anything I missed? Anything you're looking for specifically with Hendon Hooker tonight?
Yeah, I think you kind of nailed it, right? Just look comfortable. I feel like that's the big thing with him is I've never watched him play as a Lion at least, and obviously there hasn't been a ton of opportunity. He just never looks comfortable. There hasn't been one time where I'm like, oh yeah, this guy could be serviceable if he came into the game.
No.
He'll show the flashes of he kind of escaped well there and picked up 6 yards when it looked like he was going to go down. Yeah, that's cool and everything, but that's not what they need him to do if Goff ever gets hurt. They need him to be serviceable and keep this offense afloat. And what's the best part of this Lions offense? The weapons. Get them the football instead of you holding on to it forever, you know?
Just play point guard.
Exactly. So I think you nailed it there. I mean, that's all they want out of him is just, are we not totally screwed if Goff gets hurt? Let's see a little glimpses of that today.
989-837-6125. Hey, your dream lawn? Yeah, Cervinsky sod can roll that out literally. Locally grown, top quality sod that turns patchy yards into backyard showstoppers. And they've been doing it for over 50 years. They are experts. Whether you're fixing up a rough spot or redoing the whole yard, Cervinsky delivers lush, green, perfection, fast, friendly, and farm fresh because your grass should be greener right now. Don't settle for meh. Increase the value of your home and get the lawn your neighbors will envy. That is with Cervinsky sod. We'll hit the news when we come back. It's the Ben Bosscher Show on 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
The Great Lakes offense came to play last night as they bounced back and pick up their first win of the series with Lansing, 7-6. Logan Wagner had a solo shot, and then Jake Geloff had a 3-ribby double in what was a 6-run fifth inning for Great Lakes.
1-0. Swings here in the air to right center. Looks like trouble and will be. Rolling to the fence. Petrano at third. It's a bases clearing 3-ribby two-bagger for Jake Geloff. 106 off the bat. 7-3. Great Lakes.
The Loons are now 56-47 overall and 22-16 in the second half, trailing Lake County by just a half game for that final playoff spot in the East Division. We got a grit night tonight at Dow Diamond. First pitch at 7:05, pregame at 6:50 on the Mitt.
Now, wait a second, Sharon. So the Midland Area Community Foundation runs the Midland Area Santa House?
You bet we do.
And Midland Area River Days?
Absolutely.
Plus scholarships for students and grants for local nonprofits? That's like hitting the cycle and impacting our community.
Anyone can step up to the plate and help build community capital for as little as $5.
$5. That's the cost of a snack at the ballpark. How do I get in the game?
Just visit MidlandFoundation.org and make a gift to our community investment fund. Every dollar makes a difference.
Join the team. Give today at MidlandFoundation.org.
Do you see yourself traveling, working part-time, or moving somewhere warmer when you retire? I'm Kevin Spencer, your Midland Edward Jones financial advisor, and I want to help make your retirement goals a reality. Let's talk about where you are, where you want to be, and how you'll get there. Together, we can plan for the expected and make sure you're ready for the unexpected.
Search Edward Jones Financial Advisor Kevin Spencer on Facebook. 416 West Wackerly in Midland, under the green awning. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Midland, are you ready? The Gus Macker 3-on-3 basketball tournament is back, and it all kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. with the Heroes Tournament. Come cheer on local legends, law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, and veterans as they battle it out for bragging rights on the blacktop. Then, the real madness begins August 9th and 10th with the official Gus Macker Tournament. Teams, thrills, and buckets all weekend long. Bring the family, grab some food, and feel the energy downtown Midland. Details at gusmacker.com. Don't miss it.
We're in your town, your school, your huddle. 100.9 The Mitt is here for sports fans in the Great Lakes Bay region. From the hardwoods of Saginaw to Midland's Friday Night Lights. From the streets of Bay City to Freeland, Frankenmuth, and Hemlock. We roll through Beaverton, Auburn, Pinconning, Essexville, and Shepherd. All the way to Gladwin, Birch Run, Coleman, and Bridgeport. This is your sports station. High school, college, NFL, the Loons. It's all right here. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan sports leader.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
If you need to hire fast, let Spherion do the heavy lifting. They get great candidates without the hassle. Their simple online hiring platform makes it easier than ever to find the right employees right now. Post jobs, review applicants, and connect with top talent all from your phone or computer. Whether you're staffing short-term projects or building your dream team, Spherion's got your back. Get back to running the business. That's the good stuff. Spherion handles the hiring headache. Hiring made simple, smart, and online. That is Spherion. Let us hit the news.
The Mitt's Morning Catch.
All right, Ben, I said I had some stuff earlier that we didn't get to that I wanted to touch on now, so why don't we do that?
All right.
We got more going down in this Micah Parsons, Jerry Jones situation. Micah Parsons was actually not at the practice field Thursday. He's been at practice, just hasn't been participating. But it sounds like he actually is dealing with back tightness, and he received some treatment during the workout, so he won't be fined for not being there because it sounds like he's dealing with an injury now.
I bet this injury would go away real fast if he signed a contract. Yeah, no chance he's actually injured.
Yeah,
no
right
way.
now he would be fined $50,000 per day that he misses, but this is kind of a loophole for him to get out of it. Because
who's claiming he's injured? The Cowboys or just him?
He is. I think he is.
That's
which
ridiculous.
maybe the Cowboys are. I mean, if he's receiving treatment for it, I would assume he's receiving treatment from the Cowboys. So I would assume that they kind of both think he's injured.
Is he not at camp? Like, is he not at practice, or is he not at the facility?
He wasn't at practice.
But he's at the facility.
I would assume so. I would assume that's what that means. They didn't really specify.
Imagine Jerry Jones is like, yeah, actually, you are getting fined 50 grand for
being hurt.
Feels
like something he'd do.
But he's not actually hurt.
Maybe.
It's like how Anzalone magically was healthy right when, well, I guess they never really figured out that contract issue. But he got that $200K.
I guess that was their, resolution for it, but it's not very great for him.
Which was an insane win for Brad Holmes.
Of course.
An insane.
That's what he does, man. All he does is win.
I was on here talking about give this guy $5 million to play this year. All it took was $200K. What a win.
Good stuff.
And they still have $12 million laying around. Hey, Zadarius.
Hopefully soon.
I don't think it's going to take $12 million.
No. Maybe 8?
Sure.
I mean, you could give him 12, though. Why not? Well, I guess you want a little bit left over for if guys get injured during the season and stuff.
Which definitely will happen.
Yeah, true. We got some more contract news with defensive players. The Pittsburgh Steelers can't stay out of the news, just like Micah Parsons can't. They got another guy who wants a new contract, Ben. Cam Hayward wants a new deal from the Steelers. He has yet to participate in practice this summer as he awaits a restructured contract that has not gotten done. He's got 2 years remaining on the contract, $14.75 million this year, $14.5 next year. He is the 18th highest paid defensive tackle this season and the 36th highest paid defensive lineman. Despite being 36 years old, I would say Cam Hayward is still much better than the 18th best defensive tackle in the NFL.
Yeah. I don't have much on this one.
This guy's also been in retirement conversations for the last 2 or 3 years too. So I don't know. The Steelers, I mean, I don't want to say back up the Steelers here because they've made a ton of weird contract decisions this offseason. But giving him a long-term deal really doesn't seem like the play, right? Especially if he's under contract for 2 more years already.
Well, don't forget the Steelers are in win-now mode.
True.
The window is open
I thought they were
right
going to trade
now
for Terry
the
McLaurin.
Steelers.
Yeah, I thought they're going to trade for Parsons, too, it sounds like.
They may as well. The window is right now for the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers.
Look,
they're contenders now. Who knows what happens next year?
They are in a spot where, the Rodgers contract is actually a good deal where they do have the money and capability to go sign all these guys like they did with DK and Watt.
It's a good deal until you remember he's bad at football, Kyle. He's no longer a good quarterback.
Right. Forgot about that one. Okay, let's move on to some baseball news. Yesterday, Paul Skeens allowed his career worst 7 hits given up to the Reds. Still gave up 0 runs. 46 straight starts for Paul Skeens with 6 or fewer hits allowed. That's pretty unreal, man. Skeens is
Say that one more time.
It was his first time ever giving up 7 hits yesterday.
No, the 3 starts thing?
46 straight starts, giving up 6 or fewer hits.
He's unbelievable.
That's crazy, man.
Did you see the FanDuel Sports Network post of what would happen if Tarek Skubal and Paul Skeens combined into one person?
What?
I know. Ambidextrous guy.
Crazy to think about that.
I know. He'd probably be the best pitcher of all time.
Just love those posts.
Okay.
So good.
Like, imagine
Yeah.
Michael Jordan times LeBron.
It's always the best. We got some NBA news. First thing with former Detroit Piston, now current free agent because of what's been going on, Malik Beasley. Oh, Ben. Beasley's money issues continue to rise. He was evicted from his high-rise apartment in Detroit yesterday about this FBI gambling investigation that is currently still going on. Not a good look for Beasley, though, as you know, we certainly owe money to his landlord, his barber, a bunch of people gambling now, and now he's evicted.
Odds he ever plays an NBA game again? I'd say 3-1. 3-1 seems fair.
I feel like I would take it. I just don't. The fact that this hasn't been like under wraps yet, that he was gambling on games, that it's taken quite this time. Like, remember how fast the Jonte Porter stuff got resolved? That was instant. So to me, I don't know. I feel like this might be a Terry Rozier situation where it just lingers for like a year, and then it's like, actually, we can't really find any proof.
But even if there's not a gambling thing
sucks,
going on, this guy seems to have like legitimate financial issues in his life. He owes a lot of people money. And if that's the case, odds are it's just stacked against him that he's whatever this gambling thing is. I feel
you know
like
how he could pay him off though? Little new contract, you know?
Or put it all on black.
Yeah, true. That could also help things out. Hey,
you ever do that at the casino after a whole night of gambling? Just be like,
No.
you know it'd be crazy right now is if we just put it on black.
Yeah, no, I've never done that.
You're like, no, I put it on red.
No, I'm always a put it on black person anyways. But I just also don't go to the casino. So
yeah, who needs to go to the casino when you can do it on your phone?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm not a casino guy, okay? I'll do sports gambling for sure, but like I'm not, that's a little bit more educated guess type stuff. I get like playing blackjack, sure, that's fun, but it's not for me. It's just not for me.
I could sit at a blackjack table for a long time.
It's fun, but like I don't know, it's just not really my thing. I don't get the excitement out of it like everyone else does.
You're not even a poker person, are you?
No, I played poker like a time or two. Played Texas Hold'em a couple times.
Poker's the best.
It's not really for me, dude.
Unless you're playing with Austin Johnson and Jake Wendorf, because
rigged.
All
right, last thing on the news. Just happened like 15 minutes ago. The Boston Celtics have signed their head coach Joe Mazzulla to a multi-year extension. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Joe Mazzulla, crazy guy. Like one of the more psychotic guys in sports.
Best guy to put a microphone in front of, though.
Yeah. He really is.
Like, he's like genuinely funny Mike McDaniels.
Unintentionally funny. Like, not trying to be.
Like, you get the sense that Mike McDaniels down in Miami is kind of doing it for, like, aura farming purposes now. Because sometimes he says some stuff, I'm like, I feel like you're just trying to be funny.
Right.
Mazzulla's genuinely, like, he just gives you the weirdest answers sometimes. Weird guy in general.
Very weird guy. He said he watches The Town twice a week for the last, like, 10 years of his life, so.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. Good Boston movie. All right, that's it.
Is he from Boston?
I don't know. He went to, like, St. Joe's, I think, college, Seton Hall. He was a Big East guy, basketball player, so. West Virginia, actually, I think is where he went. Never mind.
All right. More football on today, more baseball on later as well. We've got Tigers playing today. 7:10 start with Skubal on the mound. We've got 7 o'clock start for those Detroit Lions. If you only had one TV and could only watch one today, what are you doing?
Ooh, that's really hard. I would probably have to go with Skubal. But if it was anybody other than Skubal starting, I think I'd pick Lions. But a Friday night Skubal start is like priority.
It's about as much CTV as it gets, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yes.
Like, what are we putting on the TV in here during the Loons game? That's like the real question. Like, we're probably flipping back and forth, but what do we have on more, you know? God, that's hard. Man, that's tough. Good thing it's my decision, right?
I'm just going to lock myself in the visiting broadcaster's booth, a.k.a. my desk that I give to other people during the season, and watch both of them when I'm not doing the on-field stuff. I think that's probably the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have them both up on my monitors in here. So.
Yeah. I think that's got to be the move. There's too much to watch tonight and too much to learn. It's like I'm finally getting the feeling we're at fall, where it's like, oh my God, we've got a Pistons game and a Thursday night football game on at the same time. Sign me up.
Ooh, finally here.
989-837-6125. That's the number to get hold of us here with the Mitt messages. Let's check the YouTube chat here real quick. By the way, if you haven't subscribed on YouTube yet, oh my God, we'd appreciate it so much. We're trying to get to 300. I don't know, want to give it a goal of sometime next week, get to 300, Kyle? We're at 275
next Friday,
right now.
Week from today? Can we get 25 and 5 in a week? Yeah, let's go next Friday.
I'm putting a lot of faith.
That's fast.
In our Is it though? I think our audience can do that. If you're not subscribed on YouTube yet, we'd appreciate it a lot. And again, I think I said this when we got to 200. 300 is nothing to brag about. It's nothing crazy, but to see the growth from
it's 300 more than we had, you know.
To see the growth from when we launched the show in the beginning of June has been spectacular. And you guys make it fun. Like anytime I'm like, oh, like I don't know what's going on. Like bad show. Like I think I put a lot of pressure on myself. Someone downstairs during a Loons game will tell me great job, or the subscriber count will bump, and it's like, this is why we're doing it. We're doing it for everyone else to enjoy the show. So anyone who does, I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. It keeps us going up here, up in the Blaze Electric studio, top Dow Diamonds. And by the way, I hope you're coming to Dow Diamond tonight, because guess what? We're giving away a signed Sam Laporta jersey tonight for Grit Night, along with a couple other prizes for some Lions stuff giveaway. Grit Night, it's our first time doing it here at Dow Diamond. Hope you can join us. I mean, if you're a diehard Lions fan, this is the game.
The Lions game will be on somewhere too, for sure. Probably on up in the suites or something.
For sure.
I might pull up in full shoulder pads and gear and everything, you know.
Do you have shoulder pads laying around?
No.
You don't?
I feel like I could get some though before the end of the day.
I think I have a pair of cleats laying around somewhere. Wouldn't that be funny?
That would be funny.
Jeff would probably kill me. Actually, the players wear cleats. I don't think it'd be that big of a deal.
What? You just wouldn't want to wear them on the concrete, but if long you don't care about them, then whatever.
Well, the problem is, I played in this big flag football game one time, and my friend lended me his cleats. They're like a size and a half too small.
Oh.
So they hurt my feet, but I needed the cleats for that flag football game. This was a long time ago. This was like high school, my senior year of high school. My friend group and another friend group just were talking the most smack to each other who could win. So we legitimately organized a football game.
Football game, really?
But when I tell you, it wasn't just there. We had a whole bleachers full of fans.
That's awesome.
Because there had to have been 50 plus people there just watching it, along with our probably 15-man teams. Which belt to ass. Yeah. Oh yeah, belt to ass.
Nice.
Always. 989-837-6125. Hey, you hear the name? Time to meet the person. That's next here on the Ben Bosscher Show on 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Looking for the perfect golf getaway? Tee up at Sandy Ridge Golf Course, Midland's hidden gem. Whether you're a scratch golfer or just out for fun, Sandy Ridge offers a beautifully maintained 18-hole course, friendly staff, and unbeatable rates, plus a brand new clubhouse. Book your tee time today at sandyridgegolfcourse.com or call 989-631-6010. Sandy Ridge Golf Course, where great golf meets pure Michigan beauty.
When the summer heat is on, keep your cool with Answer Heating and Cooling. Our expert team specializes in fast, reliable air conditioning repairs, installations, and maintenance. Stay comfortable all season long with top-notch cooling solutions and simply outstanding service. Plus, with financing options and special rebates, cooling your home has never been more affordable. Answer Heating and Cooling, where comfort is our priority. Try our new schedule online option or call us today.
At Aird Insurance Group, they're more than just policies. They're your trusted partners in protecting what matters most.
Whether it's auto, home, life, or business insurance, their team takes the time to understand your needs and find the best coverage for your unique situation.
With personalized service and unbeatable rates, Aird Insurance Group makes protecting your future easy.
Call Aird Insurance Group today and see why their clients trust them to keep them covered.
Aird Insurance Group.
The experience matters.
You're invited to Louie Loon's birthday party presented by My Michigan Health. Sunday, August 10th at Dow Diamond. Join all of Lou's friends at the ballpark as we celebrate the best waterfowl mascot in all of sports. To add to the party festivities, the Loons will wear special Disney-themed Mickey Mouse jerseys that fans can bid on during a live online auction. For tickets, head to loons.com. This is the Great Lakes Loons, everyone's hometown team.
The Ben Bosscher Show is brand new, and to celebrate, we want to make sure one listener is a big winner every Wednesday.
That's what this is all about. It always has been about.
Every Wednesday this summer at 10:15 a.m.,
we're giving away 2 tickets to your favorite Major League Baseball team, the Detroit Tigers.
This is your chance to head to Comerica Park on us, and thanks to our friends over at Garber Chevrolet Midland. Again, Detroit Tigers tickets every Wednesday at 10:15 a.m. on the Ben Bosscher Show on 100.9 The Mitt.
Scrolling? Make it count. Want local sports content that actually matters?
Yeah.
100.9 The Mitt is loaded with local highlights, viral plays, breaking sports news, and takes you can't get enough of.
It's hot!
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube today, and you'll never be out of the loop on the Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, Michigan State, and even the biggest stories in high school sports in the Great Lakes Bay region. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan's sports leader. You want sports takes? You want local voices that own the mic?
Yeah.
We've got them on Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. It kicks off at 6 a.m. with Anthony Bellino on Spin on Sports.
Rise and shine.
From 9 to noon, don't miss Michigan's newest sports show, The Ben Bosscher Show.
Hey, remember that.
At noon, you get America's smartest sports takes, The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
I want Shador to play.
And at 3, the one and only Bill Simonson and The Huge Show. This is where real fans stay locked in. 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right, we've got Lions preseason tonight. We've got Tarek Skubal on the mound tonight, and we've got Brandon Scott from Scott Family Dental in the studio right now with us to chat about some of that stuff. Are you a preseason guy? Go ahead and take that microphone. Yeah, probably should have made that clear.
This will help, yeah. Preseason, no, I'm not, because the Patriots, I think about 15 years ago, won the Super Bowl, went 0-4 in the preseason, and that made me realize from a young age, no, probably not super important. But for our audience, probably important to talk about. So you've got a lot of thoughts on preseason right now. Lions, I mean, yeah, the moves they're making with some of these injuries, it's going to be interesting to see how the preseason plays out for them, I think.
See, I'm like a sicko.
Yeah.
I sit down and watch all this stuff.
I know. I used to, honestly. But gosh, I mean, just with the way sports has changed in the past 15 years, I'm more of a college guy anyway.
Okay.
So until September rolls around, I'm not really one to dive too much into the football landscape just yet. I'm a purist. After Labor Day, I'm all in. Before Labor Day, it's hot takes from our local sports people, which we love. But yeah.
Well, speaking of college, read something about you earlier today.
Yeah.
You went to both Michigan State and Michigan
and
UCLA.
True. This is true. All Big Ten schools. I went to all Big Ten schools, which sounds hilarious because UCLA, the fact that it's a Big Ten school, I think is so funny now. So but I can say that. Yeah, absolutely.
You did undergrad at MSU and then grad school at U of M?
Correct. And then 1 year of residency out at UCLA. 1 year was enough in LA for me to come back to Michigan. I had enough, and I'm back here. I'm back in Midland. I love it. So
Spartan fan, though, at the end of the day.
Yeah. I was brainwashed at a young age. Like I said, I've always been a fan of the football and the basketball programs at Michigan State. The two deep. When I was in college, and even 5-10 years after college, I could list off the two deep, every player on the team. Transfer portal nowadays has made that a lot more challenging, but
yeah,
I mean, back in the day, it was just I lived and breathed Spartan football and basketball for that matter.
Wait, so when you ended up going to U of M,
yeah,
there had to have been a conflict of interest there. You walking around campus saying I'm a Michigan State fan. That couldn't have gone well.
No, it didn't go well at all. Tailgates were hilarious, actually.
Were you openly I don't like this team?
So let me back up. There were 11 guys in my graduating class at U of M Dental School who all went to Michigan State. And we quickly found each other and made it a point to identify ourselves as Spartans. And on Saturdays, very pointedly made that effort to show up in green and white. So yeah, we were not terrible. The best fan. I know, which is terrible because I got that's what my profession is. I'm a dentist, and I went to dental school at U of M. And I'm the worst Michigan fan. I got to tell you, I got to be honest with you. So the listening audience is probably like cringing at that right now, but that's the truth. I'm honest. I'm honest.
You're loyal.
Yeah, I'm loyal. I'm a loyal guy. Yeah.
Speaking of the business, Scott Family Dental, you guys taking new clients right now?
Absolutely, all the time. We want to make sure that we're open and available as much as possible to whether it's emergencies, just routine care. You have questions about your teeth. You have questions about what you might need done. We are open Monday through Thursday, a few Fridays to call. You can text our office number. We want to be really, really open and available to anybody out there who needs help.
So I have lived up here for over a year now. I just moved into a new place, or I'm in the middle of moving to a new place. And now I'm thinking like, all right, I'm going to be here for a little bit. I probably should transfer my dentist over because twice a year I drive to Grand Rapids to still get that.
It's a long drive.
It is a long drive.
Yeah, but I got a guy for Grand Rapids if you want. But here's a lot easier, more convenient. I'll tell you that much.
It's a reason to go home. But I think it's finally time for me to make that transition over. How easy is that to transfer if someone's in need to?
So simple. You just call the office number. You're going to talk to Michelle or Kristen, and they'll put you through the paces in terms of getting any questions answered, helping you with transferring records, answering insurance questions you might have. All of that stuff they can handle very, very simply for you.
You guys doing some cosmetic procedures as well?
We are. So we do clear aligners. We actually use a French company for our aligner brand, which is called Smilers. It's like Invisalign with a bit of a French twist in the sense that it's made in France. But it's a really good product, and we help people straighten their teeth if they want it, not for just cosmetic reasons, but if you have wear, grinding, attrition issues on your teeth that are causing them to be broken down because they're not hitting right, the bite's not right. Those are things we can look at too. We do cosmetic procedures with that. We do veneers. We do all sorts of stuff that can help you improve and enhance what your look is.
It's not Invisalign. What'd you say it was?
It's called Smilers, actually. Smilers. It's a French brand. They're a bit newer to the market, but we like their technology. They're hand polished, so they're much smoother than a lot of the aligners you might see nowadays, and they're incredibly clear. And they really use a lot of traction with the buttons we put on, those white buttons. And they do a nice job of moving the teeth, we feel, that really gives them an advantage over some of the other competitors.
I feel like eventually maybe not yet, but eventually I'm going to need some Invisalign or Smilers.
Smilers, yeah. We call it Invisalign all the time. That's like the Kleenex of tissue paper.
Right.
It's the same analog there, so totally understand that.
I'm going to need some for my bottom teeth because I was dumb and didn't listen to my orthodontist.
Yeah.
And didn't wear my retainer every single night. So kids out there, if you're listening, you get the braces. Your parents spent a lot of money on those. I promise you, when you're an adult, you'll regret not wearing the retainer.
Wear the retainer, kids. Wear the retainer. I'm telling you, you'll thank yourself later in life in your 20s, 30s, 40s.
Because I don't even know when I had those. High school, and now they're already like, it's not screwed up too bad, but
it's not bad. But they start to move
anymore.
A little bit. But a little bit of correction goes a long way. So that's something we can help with. Absolutely.
By the way, we had someone in the YouTube chat also mention. You said the Patriots went 0-4 during the preseason, won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Lions also went 0-16 the year they went 4-0 in the preseason.
So there we go. Thank you, whoever that comment was. Thank you.
That was from Andy.
I know, but it ruins the hot takes segments, so we can't not talk about the preseason. That has to be talked about.
No, Hendon Hooker's career will be decided tonight. Actually,
absolutely, make or break.
Yeah, make or break. If he has a good game tonight, Jared Goff, you better watch out.
Yeah, exactly.
So you grew up in Midland, right?
Correct.
Did you ever think growing up like I'm gonna have my own practice right here in town? Like that's got to be a cool feeling now.
Yeah, it's crazy. I bike to work quite a bit, which also when I bike to work, this is another reason I have to be incredibly nice to our patients because if you see me on the road, I want to make sure you're not mad at me. Don't run me down, okay?
This guy who poked my mouth.
He's poked my mouth real hard. So no, but I really, it's funny when I ride my bike around town. I'm riding through like the timeline of my life. Like I'll ride by my elementary school, my middle school. And we see a lot of the same things that I grew up with, and it's really cool. And no, I had no idea I'd be back here, as a dentist someday doing this. No one in my family is a dentist. I kind of did this on my own volition, and it's really cool to be able to give back to the community and serve the people that raised you. Frankly,
what's your favorite part about this community? Because you brought up the bike. I love how bikeable this town is.
It's very bikeable, yeah. There's a few areas, and as I've gotten more into the biking, there are some things that maybe I'll put forward to city council and say, hey, more bike lanes here, there, everywhere. But it's by and large, it's a great place to be able to ride your bike around, and I really enjoy that. I enjoy just the community that we have. It's always looking for something new. Whether it's here at the Loon Stadium, downtown, the River Days going on. We've got lots of projects popping up. Sandy Ridge Golf Course. I love golf, so I like to see that being renovated and that taken over there. I really like the local business motive that we have by some of our younger professionals and just everybody in general to see the city grow and change and find new ways to have fun, frankly.
Brandon Scott Family Dental, what are we shooting in golf right now? I promise you don't have to be embarrassed because it's not as bad as Kyle and I's scores.
I tell you what, as a dentist, I should say a really, really low number, but if I break 100 through 18 on a given day, I'm pretty happy with that.
I have like a 3-year trajectory plan of breaking 100.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe in 2028 I can break 100. I guess that's 3 years from now.
3 years, yeah.
Mental math.
Yeah,
so because I'm like 115 right now. I'm like, if I can just 5 strokes every year.
Oh yeah,
I think that's a reasonable goal.
If you're playing bogey, double bogey golf, that is perfectly respectable. It's perfectly respectable.
I wish I was there yet.
I know. Some days I'm there. Some days I'm not. Some days I'm closer to that 115 mark.
Brandon Scott Family Dental. How can people get in contact with you? Where's the shop? What's all the who, what, where, when, why?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So we're located West Wackerly. We are, if you want to put a pin on it, there's that exit. Midland's got those funny exits by Eastman and Wackerly. You go west on Wackerly towards towards Nash Dermatology and some of the other businesses down there. You'll find us. We've got a blue sign out front, Scott Family Dental. It's right there. You can find us online at scottfamdental.com. Our phone number is 989-633-9811. Any way you reach out is perfectly fine, and we will get in contact with you.
Sometime during the football season, we're going to need to have you back on.
Sure.
You don't like preseason? That's fine. It's not for everybody. During the regular season, we'll get you back on.
We'll talk.
So maybe we can Michigan State.
That would be great, especially if State's doing well. I will be so checked in.
We did a segment earlier.
Yeah.
Who's got more pressure on them, Sherrone more or Jonathan Smith? I said Jonathan Smith because if they don't get 7 wins, he's probably gone.
You know what?
Even 7 wins is like, I don't really know if his job is secure.
That's the thing. In today's day and age, it's probably Jonathan Smith. You wind the clock back 15, 20 years, he's fine. He's totally fine. But Michigan State's in a different place. But we're here now. New AD. He's pushing for more of the NIL program stuff there. Johnny Smith's got a lot on his plate. He's got a lot to manage there. I feel for him. I really do.
One more time, Brandon Scott Family Dental. Appreciate you joining us here on the show today. We'll talk to you soon.
Ben. Talk soon.
All right, when we come back, our 2 traditions to close every show. It's the Ben Bosscher Show, 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
It's time to remember that. With Kyle Sandel.
Presented by Matt Larson, Farm Bureau agent, located downtown Midland. So last night in the Colts-Ravens preseason game, all of us football sickos that were tuned in saw that Anthony Richardson got injured on just the second drive for the Colts. And man, this is so brutal for them because, one, they really don't know who's going to start at quarterback this year. You obviously would think it's going to be the former 4th overall pick who's only headed into year 3 this season, but he's got a lot to prove, and Daniel Jones, as bad as he has been in New York over the years, I mean, he's still one of the better backups in the league if he does end up being a backup. So this was an important game for Anthony Richardson, and it almost just goes to show why I respect the Lions' approach in preseason. I know it's super easy to look at this and be like, why did they have Anthony Richardson out there starting? He's injury prone. He could be their starting quarterback week 1. What's the point in setting him out there? I understand that it's easy to say that afterwards. But at the end of the day, the Lions and Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, they've taken this approach since they've been here. Why play the starters in preseason? I get maybe wanting to get the rookies out there for a little bit and guys that are trying to make roster spots and everything. But really, what is the true benefit of a team sending out their starters in the preseason? When there's all this risk in, you see Rashawn Slater go down for the Chargers in training camp, and it's just, think if these injuries go down, it can just change an entire season in a second. As badly as I want to see Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, etc., I'm cool with the Lions playing it slow in preseason. Remember that. Presented by Matt Larson, Farm Bureau agent, located downtown Midland.
At Tommy's Express, you can get your car clean, shiny and dry in just minutes. Our state-of-the-art eco-friendly wash delivers a spotless finish every time. With the Tommy Club app, enjoy unlimited washes or paper wash. Skip the line with license plate recognition and manage everything right from your phone. Fast, clean, and simple. Visit Tommy's Express today and see the difference. Text Clean Car to 86697 for a free works wash.
Offer valid for new guests only. By participating, you consent to receive promotional information text from Tommy's Express. Message and data rates may apply. Message frequency varies.
Suit up, Sea Captain. At Dive and Glide in Midland, we've got all the gear you need to make a splash. Flippers that fit like a glove, masks that show you the underwater magic, and tanks ready to fuel your next adventure. Whether you're snorkeling the local lakes or dreaming of ocean depths, Dive and Glide has your back and your fins. Find us on Cambridge Street or swim over to diveandglideinc.com. Dive and Glide, making waves one splash at a time so you can dive deeper than ever before.
Since 2007, the Michigan Baseball Foundation has invested over $1.8 million into our communities, supporting over 350 projects across 14 Michigan counties. From restoring Alma Little League fields to creating nature-based classrooms at the Chippewa Nature Center and enhancing accessibility at the middle of the Mitt Miracle Field, MBF is making a real difference. Every ticket to a Great Lakes Loons game helps fund these initiatives. Join us in building a stronger, more vibrant community. Learn more at MichiganBaseballFoundation.org.
You're invited to Louie Loon's birthday party presented by My Michigan Health. Sunday, August 10th at Dow Diamond. Join all of Lou's friends at the ballpark as we celebrate the best waterfowl mascot in all of sports. To add to the party festivities, the Loons will wear special Disney-themed Mickey Mouse jerseys that fans can bid on during a live online auction. For tickets, head to loons.com. This is the Great Lakes Loons, everyone's hometown team. From Midland to Bay City, Saginaw to Sanford, from Frankenmuth, Freeland, and Hemlock to Auburn, Essexville, and Pinconning, 100.9 The Mitt is the heartbeat of the Great Lakes Bay region, and proud of it. We're your home for local sports, local stories, and local pride. Whether you're in Birch Run, Beaverton, Gladwin, Chesaning, or Coleman, football, basketball, hockey, Spartans, NFL, Loons, all right here. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan's sports leader.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Michigan, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, welcome back in. It's the Ben Bosscher Show. We're going to send you off to the weekend on a positive note here. We've got two traditions to close out every single show here. Friday's no exception. So without further ado, let's do our Lock of the Day.
Lock of the Day.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
One of the stupider bets I've ever gave to the people yesterday.
Yeah, really bad.
Really bad.
Really bad
I'll
stuff.
raise my hand on that one. That one had no chance.
Really bad stuff. Anthony Richardson, first drive. Like, you couldn't have shown Anthony Richardson rushing touchdown, but it had to be on drive one.
No, I couldn't have done that, actually. That wasn't a line.
It wasn't anytime touchdown, Richardson to score?
There's no anytime touchdowns for preseason games.
Oh, really?
No.
I didn't know that.
They're very specific because they're trying to steal your money.
I'm not a degenerate, you know? I'm not betting on preseason football.
What do you want me to do? I have to give a lock of the day for something. And baseball hasn't gone our way.
I'm joking, man.
Let
me give an update, though.
Probably should have just done the Ravens spread. They were 5.5-point dogs, and they're the best preseason team of all time.
You even
under
talked
Harbaugh.
about that pre-show yesterday.
I know.
We did the whole Ravens are the best preseason team of all time thing.
And they were plus 100. It was even odds. And they
it was
ended
like,
up smoking the Colts.
Oh, what? We're scared of Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones to beat this team?
I don't know. For some reason, I still talk myself into Anthony Richardson has upside. But after yesterday,
when
I think
Cooper
I
Rush
think
is
I'm
out
done.
there for the Ravens, you're like, how could I bet against this team?
If I would have known Cooper Rush was starting,
yeah,
I probably would have bet the Ravens spread there. Or just money line, straight up.
So, Ben, you're in some dangerous territory today.
I know.
Because, well, one, you've lost 6 days in a row now, but that's really not the dangerous territory. You are 19 units down all time.
Yeah.
So if you lose today, do some quick math, you would be down 20 units all time.
Mm-hmm.
A perfect 2-0 if you lose today's bet, which would just be detrimental. It already is an all-time low right now with 19 down, but
Can't wait to hit a 20-1 bet next week.
you would also go 0-5 on the week, which this would be the fourth time you have not hit a bet in a week.
Okay.
4 times, which is just insane. This is like the 9th or 10th week of the show.
It's like impressive.
No, actually, it's really not. But
Again,
what do you got today, though?
I want to reset everything once
Yeah.
football season actually starts.
Right.
And the fact that the YouTube numbers are peaking right now is concerning. Everyone's hopping in to see how to fade me today.
Hey, I got another stat for you, too. Haven't hit a bet in August. You talked about how, I don't know if I could do worse than July ever. Well, right now you are down 5 units just in August. So
I'm waiting for September.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Patriots -6.5 today against the Commanders. Everyone's healthy. Everyone that is healthy is expected to play under Mike Vrabel. That's what he said earlier this week. And I don't know. I just think brand new coach, brand new culture. I think they just have that hungry dog mindset. Like they're ready to go. They're ready to prove to themselves that this is not the Patriots of last year that got pushed around. And I think guys are going to be excited to play compared to this Commies team, this Commanders team that was in an NFC Championship game last year. Like this is a young, well, actually it's an old team that got their lick of what playoff football feels like. So this game probably is semi-meaningless to a lot of the players. I don't know if they're going to be up for it the same way that the Patriots are, which is part of the reason that they're favored, part of the reason also being that the starters are expected to play for a little bit here. So I'm going with the Patriots here to cover the 6.5. Yeah, I think it's that simple. And if anyone wants to, like, we could do Tarek Skubal, but I thought about doing his strikeouts, but had 10 last time and hasn't done back-to-back 9+ strikeouts because his over was 8.5. Hasn't done back-to-back 9 or more Ks since May, so I was like, I'm all set on this.
Yeah.
I had to go football. So I'm going with Patriots -6.5 against the Commanders. Are you fading or tailing this, Kyle?
This is hard because obviously you're like not on a hot streak or anything. So
yeah, no thanks.
Tailing would be kind of foolish. But it doesn't seem like the Commanders starters are playing and the Patriots are going to play some of theirs. I don't know. I'm gonna fade. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm gonna fade.
It's the right thing to do.
You know?
Until it's not.
Sure.
We'd have to hit at like 80% the rest of the year to get even, I feel like. Probably not quite that high, but
no, we had this discussion yesterday. Like, this isn't even a like, can he get back to 500 by the end of the year? It's like, can he ever get back to 500? Will it ever happen? 20 units potentially down. That is so much to make up.
20 more to go. What do you think the lowest it could possibly get is?
I genuinely don't know.
Thanks.
Like you said, I mean, football, I would assume you get a little bit hotter during football season. So maybe in the 20s is as low as it will get. I sure hope. Because we got to start giving the people some. You can't be like in between. You either got to be really bad so they can just fade you every day to make money, or you got to be hitting everything so they can just tail you every day, you know?
Didn't the first week of the show we opened like 3 for 3? And it was like, holy cow, we're so good at this.
You went up 3.5 units in the first 2 days of the show. That's the all-time high. It will never be touched, I don't think.
Until I hit a 20-1 bet this week or next week.
Just take a date prediction on the last time you were up all time. What day?
June 4th.
June 18th. So, I mean, June 4th was like the third day of the show. But
what if – I can't wait to do the Isaac to slot touchdown one random Friday, and then it hits, and then we're golden.
Right. Yeah.
Or like the Jahmyr Gibbs 3 touchdown games.
First touchdown, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, there's so many options.
So many ways to get ourselves back into this.
Already got my week 1 parlay locked up.
Really?
It's already placed.
I can't wait to do our NFL spread picks.
Oh, I know. We're going to bring John on for that.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. That is our lock of the day.
Lock of the day.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
All right. You know what else we do to close out every show? We're going to guess what Colin opened with. Nobody got a point. No, you got a point yesterday. Wow, look at you.
Yeah, I got a point finally, man. It had been probably a month since I got a point. Arch Manning. It was second pick too. Drilled the Arch Manning pick. That was an obvious one. Now score 7-11. Oh, kind of cool. I went from 6 to 7. So now it's now it's 11-7.
7.
Okay.
You're going first today, right?
Yes, I am going first today. I don't know what to lead with because I think there is good picks today. Does he lead with like preseason stuff that happened last night with Anthony Richardson? I just don't know if he leads with that. But maybe he turns into like a bigger thing of like, oh, you shouldn't play the starters because look, Anthony Richardson. Or he turns it into Anthony Richardson sucks, like he's a bust kind of thing, and he goes like down that route. I also think some Steelers conversations could be had with Cam Hayward. The Cowboys stuff is still always in play, especially since we got new stuff with that, with Parsons being out. But I know what the pick is. Pretty obvious pick to me after going through all those options, so I shouldn't have given you all those. Shedeur Sanders plays football tonight, Ben. That is my pick. Even though he led with it like 2 days ago, but he'll find a way to add more into it. I'm going with Shedeur Sanders tonight.
That was going to be the route I took. I was also thinking about the just quarterback busts, like how detrimental it is, because Anthony Richardson, like, kind of getting written in as a bust at this point. You know what? I'll just do the Cowboys thing. He's going to do it eventually, right? I'll just do Micah Parsons.
Parsons' injury now kind of gives it a little bit more spice, too.
It's genuinely mind-boggling that he has not led with the Cowboys
He
once.
talked about it for a while yesterday following the lead. At like 12:30, he kind of ranted about the Parsons stuff for a while, so that's why I wasn't like, I don't think he'll do it today, because he talked about it for a while, just didn't lead with it.
I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
I don't feel great about it. But it's something. Hey, by the way, you guys better make it out to Dow Diamond at some point this weekend. I think for our listeners, tonight is the night to be here. It's Grit Night, which means we're giving away a whole bunch of Detroit Lions memorabilia. That top prize being a signed Sam Laporta jersey for later today. Wear your Lions gear. I'll certainly be wearing mine. Kyle will be wearing his. You wearing a jersey tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Haven't decided which one yet.
Bring them all. Put them all on.
Yeah, right. I'll put them all on.
I will be not wearing a jersey, but I'll wear some Lions stuff.
You're like gatekeeping what you're wearing tonight. It's just like weird.
No, I'll let you know. It's you know the Step Brothers meme?
Oh, you got that like with the family photo thing?
Yeah, the family photo of
Is it
the running backs.
Gibbs and Montgomery?
Yeah,
That's
the Sonic
sick.
and Knuckles duo.
That's sick.
I'll probably pull up wearing that tonight.
That's fire.
And it should be a good time here. So come on out. We got a lot of fun stuff planned for today. Wizard of Oz night tomorrow. Kind of like a polar opposite in a way.
Yeah, and the
different audiences.
Wicked is going to be there, right? Whatever. I don't really know a ton about that, but
yeah, I don't really know too much about it
Somebody
either.
from Wicked's going to be there, I think.
Yeah. Something
and Louis
like that.
Lune's birthday is Sunday.
Yep, Mickey Mouse jerseys. Should be a really fun weekend here at the ballpark. And this is the second to last homestand we have. We've got this homestand, and then we're taking 2 weeks off, and then they'll be back, and then that's the last homestand. Maybe cross your fingers for some playoffs, which is definitely in the realm of possibilities for a couple bonus games. But there's not that much baseball guaranteed left this summer, so make your way out tonight. Chance to win a Sam
Beautiful
Laporta
night, too.
jersey. Is it? I haven't checked the weather.
Oh, yeah. I actually don't know.
Sounds good. Oh, okay. Sounds good to me. Have a good weekend, everyone. We'll talk to you guys on Monday. Big day tonight for Detroit sports. Have fun. See you later.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building